I'm going to say yay, it worked. So it looks like we are good. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I do want to reset first words, and hopefully that works. I did see something with the new, there was a new update to my streamer bot that says that they were fixing something where the first word things didn't work, but I didn't notice that it wasn't working. Anyway, we will see how that goes. None of those are, I'm just checking screens to make sure I don't have any kind of odd audio thing going on. Hello, Miss Norma. Hello. Got this working. Yay. So we have got Norma's in, Idoline's in, Maureen is in. I really appreciate the whole DJCC raid. So that's fabulous. Why did this not refresh it though? I'm going to try redoing that and see if I can get that one to work again. Just to refresh the things because I don't want extra stuff. Yeah. And that is going. I think I need to refresh that one too. It's one of those things that sometimes chat things, they don't want to do what they're told. We try, but it doesn't always work. We got us a zombie in here already. Oh my goodness. So those are not popping in over there. Why not? I have no idea. Anyway. Okay. Elizabeth has been searching for her paint. Okay. So I'm hoping that she's going to have that. That's going to be awesome. But in the meantime, what we're going to do first is we're going to chat about some of the things that you can do with Artesprix. How many folks in here have used Artesprix iron-on ink before? And my chats are not wanting to function the way they're supposed to. I need the group chat to work the way I tell it to. The way I tell it to, right? Maybe I don't have them. I'll close that. I'll close that. I will close that. I'm closing tabs, guys. Okay, so I'm going to close that one and open this one back up and see if it pops up the way I tell it to. Okay, so Eideline says, no me, no Artesprix here in Germany. Well, part of that is because Artesprix is actually in Florida, but they do ship internationally. But that also means international shipping issues, right? I know that Ruth, I believe Ruth has got some, but that's because I sent her some at one point. I think she got one of my D-stashes that had some Artesprix stuff in it. So what Artesprix is, if you're familiar at all with sublimation, sublimation is where you have something, I actually brought out a bunch of different little things. Let's say you have, this is a pen. Okay, so this is a pen. It's plastic. It's got a polyester coating over the top, and I was able to stencil and stamp and, yeah, make this. So this is actually using a stencil, I don't remember who it is, and a stamp from Hero Arts. And it doesn't scratch off. The colors are still as vibrant as it was when I first made it. Okay. This one, this one is one using, I believe this was one of Sabrina's stamps. I'm not sure, but it's a witch. Okay, Elizabeth can't see what I'm doing, so I need to change this for her. Give me a sec. So this one is I know, this is a coaster that I did for Halloween. Now, when I made this one, I also made an oops one. Yeah. You have to make sure you tape it on well enough because you know what? You could accidentally shift things a little bit. And if you, especially since it's a slick polyester surface, if it shifts, you'll get ghosting. Yeah. And one thing I have meant to, yeah, Ruth remembers it. Yeah. One thing that I've been meaning to do pretty much ever since then and haven't gotten around to it is see if I can basically bake the color out of it because it's kind of sort of you can. So Sharon wants to know, oh, are you doing a sublimation giveaway? I don't know. The issue with sublimation projects is that they weigh a little more. It depends on what we decide to do. I do know that because we're doing something out of the book, It needs to be, at least I'm doing something out of the book. I need to make sure that it's something that's going to fit the image, right? So we've got this one, this pattern paper that could basically do anything. This I think would probably be real pretty on one of the, I've got some wood placemats that I got from Craft Express that are sublimation blanks that I think would be really pretty with that. But these, I'm thinking these are probably about the right size for a coaster. I have done car coasters that are those rubber with fabric on top that's kind of like a mouse pad. Those are cheaper blanks though, so I don't know if I want to do that with these. I want this to be pretty, you know. I'm also thinking about making something for my mother-in-law because guess what, guys? If you haven't done it yet, Mother's Day is Sunday. And it's kind of sneaks up on us. I think I made a card at one point. I have no idea where it went or if I mailed it out to one of you guys. And I just went through a bunch of cards and I think I've got one that's in there that says Mom on it. So I'm sure that I've got it in a different box. I just didn't finish going through it while the power was out yesterday morning. Okay, so I'm thinking about doing that, but I've got some other things. So this is one of the items that I've made. So here's another. And I went ahead and pulled out my bin of Artesprix stuff so that you guys can see some of the things. This is dirty because it's got coffee on it. But that is one of the projects. This is one that is basically one of my first ones I ever did. This is a Trinity Stamps stamp with all the crafty things that I added a mask to the center of it. I think I added a mask or I just didn't color that part. And then I hand wrote on to make it backwards. So that's why the writing is really crap. But yeah, so that was one of the ones that I made, I think 3 years ago. And then here's one that I made as a make and take at Creativation this year, which is Seattle. And this one was using this one was actually using paints. It was using the paints and you basically just water them down a little bit depending on the consistency that you wanted. And I just kind of blended it. So this is really cool. Oh, thank you, Ruth. Ruth says, I thought that was a stamp, not your writing, so it's not bad. Yeah, well, I've been carrying that around ever since. So I clip it to my purse. My purse has got a couple little clips on there. So yeah, anyway, I clip it to my purse and you can always tell where I am in the store because the metal keeps hitting. But yeah, I've been carrying that around. Yeah, for 3 years, 4 years. It's like, I think I did in 20. There's a video up on it. Okay. There are videos on all of the projects that I've done at Artesprix. So in addition, let's see. This is one of my bins. I have multiples. Oh, here's the one that ghosted. It was the same design, except I think I had a moon in the background initially and it ghosted and yeah. It wound up not looking so hot, but it does kind of look good for Halloween. I told you, Halloween projects you could do all the time, right? Halloween projects are ones that you can experiment with because if they look bad, it's okay. It's supposed to look like that. Here's a bag. And it's where I made a card that matches. In the card, the flamingo is the other direction because it is a stamp for card making. Okay. Bye, Todd. Well, it's supposed to rain, so Todd is probably not going to be leaving. Now, this is one that I really love. Okay, y'all are going to love this. Yes, you can sublimate on sequins. I don't know why that is stuck in this bag. This needs to not be in the bag. I like that. This is one I did for Halloween, which is a stencil and a stamp that I did reverse stamping. Here's another one of that sequin bag. Okay. Here is a shimmer glitter type of bag. This one is from Craft Express. I believe these are from Artesprix. To be honest, Artesprix uses a lot of things from Craft Express. So they're real good buddies. Ashley and Vic are friends. And so a lot of times the products that you get in Artesprix may have come from Craft Express. You don't know for sure when it comes to the blanks. Okay. So what else do I have in here? Oh, here's one of the little car coasters I was talking about where I gotten this one. I got it as a cheap thing off of Amazon for practice and did a mask with a die. Actually, I think there's a little bit of a mask there in the center that's not supposed to be there. So apparently I didn't pull off all the mask. And when I'm talking about the mask, it is basically a giant sheet of the tape that you use. We use heat-resistant tape to make sure things work well, and that's what you use as a mask. So there are specific things that you have to use, but you can use your dies, you can use your stamps, you can use paintbrushes. If you love doing art, you can add whatever your art is to a permanent project that you can give as a gift to somebody. Okay? What else do I have in here? Oh, talking about sequin bags. I've only done one of these. This is not a bag. This is a pillowcase. So I did one a while back, and if you go back and look at the channel, I think it was probably November, but this was... Okay, Stephanie has a good question, but I did one that was red and snowflakes. Okay. I've done a lot of different ones. Okay. So when I tell you that it's not rocket surgery, it's not rocket surgery. So Stephanie wants to know, would you be able to sublimate on both sides of the sequins? I would say when you get a blank, check the instructions, check the product page to see, because it really depends on whether or not there is a coating on the other side. Now with this, you're probably going to want to do it on a white surface because sublimation inks are translucent. Okay. If you put it over a darker color, you're not going to be able to see it. You're just not going to. It's like trying to put blue watercolor over black paper. You don't see it, right? You have to have something that's going to pick up. If you do it on white, you're going to see that color. So the thing that I mentioned to Elizabeth a couple of days ago, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all a secret. I told her how she could use wood shapes that I knew she already had in her stash to be able to create an inexpensive blank for practice. And then when we went live the other day, she showed y'all what it looked like. And wasn't that gorgeous? That little apple was absolutely gorgeous and perfect for back to school time that is coming up soon, right? Okay, so at this point, I think Elizabeth is pretty much ready to go. And as we go along, I'm going to be explaining why we do different things, like what you need to do. The instructions are really easy. And if you go to Artesprix's website, every one of the blog posts has got a step-by-step that explains what products you need, whether or not what the sandwich is supposed to be, because we are going to be doing a quote-unquote sandwich. I called mine a taco, but it's basically where you have to have paper around things so you've got reasons for all the things, okay? And I didn't say hello. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Ruth is saying, have you ever seen Aaron's multi-tape dispenser? Absolutely. I would love to get something like that. However, the Artesprix rolls, it won't fit on them because those are rolls that are basically this big around. Since Artesprix is basically so that we as crafters are able to do things better. I think on that big one, and it's not that expensive, and they've got it at Craft Express too. So I've been wanting one. I think they've got it in pink, and I think they might have it in blue. I'm not sure, but I was looking at it. They might have one of the pieces, like it's multi-tapes, but I think maybe only one of them would actually be able to hold my Artesprix tape. And I don't use any of the big rolls of anything. So it wound up being, it's like, yeah, I don't think I really need it right now. But yes, I think it's cool. At some point, I'm going to have to say to Ashley, hey, can we get some of the other things? Because it'd just be cool. We want them, right? Hey, Linda Gorman, sorry that you caught us right at the end of the members only, honey. But I was happy to see your name pop up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to get all of the things correct to bring Miss Elizabeth on. And I think I'm going to have her as solo when I do. Well, I need to make sure she needs to be able to hear me. Okay, she'll be able to hear me still. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring Miss Elizabeth up, and I'm going to work on the audio.
Hello?
Okay, I'm trying to make...
Hello, Miss Elizabeth. Hello, hello. Is there an echo? Do I have to put my headphones on? Let me know if I need my headphones. Headphones. Roly-poly headphones. Oops, I need to go over to here, and I need to go here so I can find my comments. I don't even know who's here. I'm slacking. Okay. It's in Restream. I don't know. I got the thingy. I never know what I'm doing until I get here, right? Right. But no, I got things though. I got things. So, yeah, you guys can get sublimation ready things all over the place. I got these at Hobber Lobbers. Did I get it at Michael's? I might have got, I got them somewhere. I got them somewhere. These, I love little wooden shapes. They're like my nemesis. I buy them and I never use them, or I don't use them enough. But we have lots of this Stuffaluffagus here, which is yeah, that stuff. We have this stuff. Yes. Laminating sheets, and I did find my 100, or I don't know if it's 100% polyester, but it's a high quality polyester that we get to you guys, that's hilarious. I know you guys can't see it, but it just caught my eye. I've ironed this a few times, and it actually has the Wilton. It has this on it. It is right there. Right there. That's hilarious. But I do have some fabric, and I've done a little sublimating on it a few times. Yes. Until Mausers. Yeah. If you turn down the video quality, sometimes it doesn't use as much bandwidth, and so it might be a lower quality, but it might help stop the interference or the slowness. Toddy. No, tardy. Like you're late. Tardy.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
No, it sounds weird when I say it now.
Now back to our show.
Tardy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So.
Hello? Can you hear the both of us? Oh,
can
there's
you hear
an
me
interruption. Now? Wait, no, that was a little bit ago.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm there now. I had to go into my YouTube studio to do it. Apparently, what I thought I had to do from, I don't know. It's yeah. I was trying to avoid an echo, and so I've been chatting, and they've been nice and just listening. They've been listening to you and not knowing that I've been talking to you.
Right?
It is what it is, guys. Love y'all.
He was talking so much smack, you guys.
I know, I was. Okay. So This here is a new product from Artesprix. I showed this during our unboxing of all the swag stuff. And then I showed it. Elizabeth didn't know about this because she didn't watch that video, you know? But anyway, but this is really cool. So it's loose leaf. Everything's loose. So you've just got it in this little binder. It's only $5 for the book. And there's like 4 different books, right?
That's amazing.
Ruth says, I was wondering why it was so quiet for a while. Okay, we got to wait a minute. We got Daffy Duck back.
Now what? Brother, what a way to run a railroad.
I love Daffy. I got this set up so good. Oh my God, I love it. Oh. Okay, so Daffy destroys the screen, right? Right as Terry Cooper's coming in. So her big welcome shows up and it gets covered up by Daffy Duck. Yeah, it's so cool. Thank you so much, Anne. Anne does the Daffy Duck thing. It was so funny. Anyway, this is one of the... Okay, so Stephanie says, I downloaded all of them, love all the designs. So these, I don't believe, are downloadable. I did ask the question I messaged Ashley earlier because I let her know that we're going to be doing a live and this is what we're doing. Are you going to paint that first, or are you going to try it without the painting of the
No, I'm going to paint it. I just wanted my paper ready.
Cool.
So...
Awesome.
I
okay.
forgot that I needed to paint it. So yeah.
That's why I was asking. I mean, you don't have to. That would be a good way to see the difference. It is a lighter color wood, so if you use darker and bolder colors, it would probably work okay. This time, instead of going with white, it looks like she's going with blue because we're going to see how it's going to look. Artistry and all sublimation inks, all sublimation paints are they are translucent, so the colors are going to layer over each other, if that makes sense. So that's why they say it's a good idea to do it on white. So far, I have been basically doing everything on white. I did do one pink shirt and it turned out super cute, but I wasn't sure because how's the color going to look? The color is going to be basically whatever the vibrant color is plus the color of the fabric. So I always go with white so I can get that vibrant color. So this is one of the new sublimation coloring books. It's only $5. I think it's $4.99 on the website, and the price is on a bunch of the different. What size did you order with the book? I didn't order this. This was something that was given to me as part of my swag. So Norma, I'm not 100% sure, but each of these come with 10 pages of sublimation templates. You just go to Artesprix and there should be a link. I may not have added that yet. I may have to go in and do that. That's another one of the things, right? Oh, looks like the Todd does get to go for a bike ride. It decided not to rain. So let me grab a link for Artesprix and then you guys can see it. Yeah, I'm going to bring Elizabeth up because what I'm doing is boring.
Okay. I am putting way too much paint down again because something is stabbing me. Oh, my tag is stabbing me.
So she's putting down way too much paint because something is stabbing her.
Well, no, I put down too much paint and then I got stabbed. So it's maybe a cause and effect, but that's okay. We're going to put some more paint. We're going to just take this and spread it around, and we're going to grab another one because we need to do more anyway. So we're going to put a little bit on this. We're going to share the wealth.
Okay. So what I'm going to add to the chat, to the description is going to be basically all of the products that I use when I'm doing an Artesprix thing. And then I have to go and look for the one specifically for the book. Ink pads, I'm just reading down. The new re-inkers are 2 ounces instead of a 1/2 ounce, which is awesome. Okay, Norma is saying that the book comes in small, medium, and large. So I'm going to have to look and see how that works. Sublimation coloring book. I did add that one on there, so that's good. Don't know why that one's there because we're not using that. And that's not supposed to be in there. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a good thing to know. Thank you so much, Norma. Norma said that she just took a look at the website and the coloring books come in 3 sizes. I did not notice that when we were looking at them before, so I did not know that.
That is interesting. Like, I wonder what the difference is between the sizes.
Yeah, because when I looked at it, I mean, I basically just pulled up the page that had all of the coloring books on there and just clicked on one of them. So I'm looking at floral. Yeah, it does. Small is... Okay, small says... I'm just going to look and see. Medium and large. Okay, so and that's the floral one. I need to look at the one that I've got actually, which is the one designed by Erin Reed, which is the butterflies. That's one reason why I didn't notice. The one that I have is the one that is from Erin Reed Makes. So it's $4.99 and it's 10 pages and it's all Erin's stuff. I did look at her website and she does have some similar designs over there. None of them with the word across the middle. But looking at the page, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can import this in real quick so y'all can see it. Share screen. Okay, so here is the screen. So this is the this one is the floral one. It's not the one that I'm using. Oh, Adelaide says, hello ECR, hello sweetheart.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
And Ruth, you were correct. Erin's does not show that there are other sizes. So this one that is the floral, it shows that there's a small, medium, large. So the small, when you click on it, it's got these small images. When you go to medium, it's got some medium-sized images, and the large has got large images. So I think that's what the difference is going to be. Each one of them is saying that it is 10 pages of pre-designed sublimation templates.
Awesome sauce.
So that's the way that is working right now. I think that is pretty cool. Okay. And there are links now in the description. You may have to refresh your screen on YouTube to get access to the links to all the Artesprix stuff. Okay. I don't think I added the blanks, but you can just go onto the website. There's a search thing up in the top and just say blank to see lots of different ways that you can, lots of different substrates that you can add it to. All of these, one of the things about it is all of them have got this polyester coating over the top. They are professionally made specifically for that. So it's different than what Elizabeth is doing. So Elizabeth is creating her blank. Okay. So this one already has white in the backing. So she has painted hers. And then after she gets done with that, and once it's dry, she did this really, really quick the other day. Oh my God. Hey, Miss Dawn, welcome in. Okay, so once she gets done with all of that, like right now she's doing, I've got that mug too, by the way.
I love this mug.
Once she gets done with that, she's going to laminate her piece of wood. And what that's going to do is it's going to make the laminate, of course, attached to it. And that's the polyester coating that is going to take the ink. Now, that also means because it's laminated, if you've ever worked with anything that's laminated, sometimes it comes off. So that's why I'm saying that this is going to be it's going to be a really, really cute and a great way to learn. But it's not made the same way as the professional blanks are.
Right.
But
I can show you that here in a minute too.
Oh yeah, and it is cheaper, and it is going to be fast and easy to do, and you get a chance to practice.
And
since we're doing this, yeah,
it's great for little quick gifts that aren't meant to last forever. You could put a magnet on these little wooden shapes. You can make them, because you'll see if you have dry erase markers, you can write on them and make them little notesy thingies. Mm-hmm. But some of your arts and crafts stuff, you guys, it's not meant to last an eternity. Don't be sad if it doesn't last you a lifetime. Like,
I mean, to be honest, our shirts aren't really meant to last a lifetime. We just wear them until they just can't be worn anymore.
Right?
Most of my shirts are more than 5 years old.
Oh, girl,
Look at these, though.
I have some like that.
Smalls! Ronan! Oh my goodness, I've got a Ronan in the house. I have Small Town Dreams in the house. Hello! And Christina Holloman, welcome in. Okay, these guys here are magnets. Nobody can see anything because the welcomes keep going up. And these were made from, this is actually a blank from Artesprix. A metal, you can see silver on the back. It's a metal blank. And it was a stamp set that I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was the only place I had seen at that point that had Mickey Mouse stuff. So it was a Mickey Mouse, it was a Disney brand that had some. So yeah, so I made those. I think they turned out super cute.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
I'm a messy painter, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Just, like, I got paint right here. I got paint right there. I'll have to get that off before I go sublimating because, well, it happens. It happens.
Okay, so Dawn says, what? I have shirts from high school. My shirts from high school would not be able to fit me if I still had them. There's just no way. You're lucky if you can still fit. So I'm going to say that you're lucky. But aren't these just so pretty? And they're big enough. Some of them are big enough. I think I could possibly do something with a shirt, but I don't know. I'm not going to do that right now. I think I'm going to do is a coaster. So Mother's Day, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of these pretty butterflies. And like I had said before on these are printed with sublimation ink. These are ready to press. So if you want a black and white image, you can just cut it and press it and you're done. If you don't want to do that, and it's on copy paper. This isn't any special paper. You can see how flexy that is, right? This is just copy paper. They just sent it through a sublimation printer, I think. I'm assuming. And I'm assuming it's still the same ink that Artesprix uses instead of one of the other brands. Ruth says, I can still fit some because I really didn't grow much since then. She's still fun-sized. Well, my problem is, I kind of gained weight.
Yeah.
in all the areas. Yeah, I think I weighed like 135, 140 pounds back then. It's like that's 100 pounds ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing I need to do with this is find a pencil. Where's my pencil? I had one out. Here's a pencil. And I need to make sure that this is going to fit. So looking at the back, we've got one that says strong, and you can't really see it. I can see through it enough to see what it looks like. I do have, I don't know where it is. I do have one of those light boxes, so I would be able to see it if I needed to, but I've got one that says strong, brave, beautiful, strong, beautiful, brave. So we've got 6 butterflies. They all have their different sayings. These two are that's what it is. These two are the same butterfly, but mirrored. So each of the butterflies is the same as the one on the other side, but mirrored. And they have different sayings on them. So I want to do this one, I think, for my mother-in-law. And I think I'm going to do... Okay, she has been dealing a lot with my father-in-law, and he's had his issues with his thyroid cancer and all the things. Which would you say is more appropriate? Brave or strong? Because I'm thinking both of them would work.
Right, strong.
Going with strong. Okay. So for strong, we've got this butterfly, and then we've got this butterfly.
Yeah, because you got to be strong mentally and physically.
Yeah, and I can tell that she's been getting stressed out too. So Ruth and Ronan and Nerdy all said strong. Perfect. So we've got these 2 different butterflies that I can do that both say strong. And it says signal survival. And if I put it over here, I can see through it to see. Yeah, I can't really. Oh, I'm going to Elizabeth needs to go wash her hands. I'm going to put myself up on screen to see if you guys can see it through the paper to kind of see how it's going to look. So this would be going across there, and you can see the word strong through there, right? So we're just going to color it up with the Artesprix markers, I think. I'm going to do the first one with markers. I've got other blanks around the same size. And part of my wings are going to be off. I want it to be pretty much centered. So that is the center, I think. Is that right? Okay. I'm moving it this way. This will be easier. I'm using my new T-square from Pear Blossom Press for this.
Hello, Abraham. Thanks
To
for
try to
popping
have
in.
it pretty much centered. So that line right there, actually, we can use a pencil because you know what? This part is not going to be transferred. That looks pretty much centered. That lets me know where the center is for when I put this down because I need to draw a circle around it. And this will also help me with cutting it out and taping it in place. So,
Cutting it out. Cut it out.
it's close, but it's too far over to the side. I didn't quite get it. Oh, no. Okay, Stephanie says, I'm dealing with thyroid cancer as well. I'm having half of my thyroid removed because of it. Well, one of the great things right now is that I know it's not going to sound like a great thing, but medicine has gotten so much better. This was a few years ago that my father-in-law wound up discovering that he had thyroid cancer. And I'm trying to get this centered. Anyway, it's been a few years and he's still around. Used to be, you'd be gone. You know, you would definitely be gone. So these little pieces are, I'm looking to see how long they are. And I'm having trouble measuring because my brain is not working because I'm trying to do too many things at once. Anybody else have that issue? All the things at once.
All the things. Okay.
So 1, 2.
I'm going to let the paint dry.
3 1/4.
Sure it's dry. And I'm going to do some doodlies. Doodly moodlies.
Yes,
okay.
she did all. Okay, let me bring you up so they can see what you're doing because I hadn't done that yet. There.
Okay.
There we go. So she's got her piece of paper. And what kind of paper are you using?
Copy paper.
Copy paper. Yes.
And I'm gonna put little leopardy spots on my heart, and we're gonna see how that goes. Because I have black and I have brown, and I have a little bit of orange. We'll mix them. I don't know. We'll find out here in a hot second, right? Just gonna use, I've got my pins in a nice little cup. They go here to use them because you want them, the inkies go into the tippies, but then when you're done, you want to lay them flat. And I do have a spot for them in my marker shelf to leave them flat.
Right. I've been storing mine in these. These are just the little photo boxes. So I put a set in here, and then when I took them out to use, which has been at least a half hour ago, I put them in a little bucket so that they are all with the tips down. And hopefully, because I haven't tried these in a while, I think last projects I did were with paint. So it's been a little while since I've done them, so I'm hoping that they still work. If not, I've got other new ones that I can replace it with because I haven't actually had to replace, I think I've replaced one of my markers so far. Let me grab a piece of... I was going to say I was going to grab a piece of copy paper, but you know what? I have garbage in my garbage.
Right?
Might as well use it.
You guys.
I know. So the first thing you want to do is you want to trace your blank onto your paper so you know basically what size you want to go with. Okay. In Elizabeth's case, she went ahead and cut everything down, so you don't have to, but you can. So I went ahead and cut mine as well. And I'm not going to color in any of this part around it, I don't think. I might do a little bit, but I'm not going to do much in this white space. So the fact that I cut into the circle that I drew is fine. So let's do... Yep, this one is still working. So I have a blue that I can do. And I think I want to do the flowers in blue.
I don't even know. I don't even know how cheetah spots or whatever spots. These are my spots. Don't judge my spots. They're going to just be my happy little spots, you guys. And I'm just, because these have a nice broad tip. I think they have two kinds of tips now, don't they?
Yes, they have the chisel tip, and then I think some of the ones that I have in here are this one is a round, so the black had a round. I don't know if they've got a round one or not for the black anymore, but I do know that there are some that are the fine tip.
Right.
This one is a fine tip. And the reason this one has got mint tape on there is it's also measured to go into my Cricut Joy. So if I need to draw anything, I've already got one of my markers ready.
Nice. And I'm just using the whole flatness of the brush. So if I were to tap it down, it's going to be a whole tap. And then I'm just squiggling it around. Squiggle it around into C shapes, U shapes. You say you see shapes. You see the shapes? You see?
Perfect. So all we're doing, okay. Have we gotten to the rocket surgery stuff yet?
No.
I didn't think so.
There is none. No rocket surgery. None.
Has anybody out there in the chat seen anything yet that they can't do?
Because you can do this. Don't give me you can't
well,
do this.
That's why I'm asking them the questions. Do they think that they've seen anything yet that they cannot do? You're going to be friggin' shocked. If you have not seen someone do the pressing on this, you are going to be shocked and amazed when you see how it turns out.
It's a 1 minute magic. Well, for me, it'll probably be a little bit more because I have a small... You guys, I have a small little baby.
Okay, so that just reminded me I need to start my machine, and I will have to go and look and see what the temperature is supposed to be for this blank. But, okay, we had Ronan say rocket scientry. And Michelle said, I did. So she saw some rocket surgery here. I want to know what the rocket surgery was. Stephanie says no. Yeah, you need to tell us, what did you see that you think is too difficult? What is rocket surgery that we're doing? Staying inside the lines?
Don't have to. It's not a requirement.
Dawn says, I can't do rocket surgery. And Small wants to know, what did you do? Or what did she do? You didn't do anything wrong, honey. I was asking, have you seen anything so far today that you would not be able to do? Have we shown you anything that makes us special because we can do it and you can't?
I got spots. Now we're gonna go in with some brown.
Oh, I know what it is. They can't paint a piece of wood like you did.
Oh, girl, you saw me. You saw that brush. You saw that brush going. Here's the trick. Okay, if you're doing base coats, you're gonna go get an inexpensive, like 99-cent brush.
Cheap brush.
Yes. You don't care about it, but you love it enough to give it a bath every now and then, and so it doesn't get all bristly. And then you just back and forth and you scrub it in there, and you get it on your fingers. Then you go wash your hands. It's all good because it washes off. It's just acrylic paint, you guys. And I am using Artist Loft Level 1, which is good practice paint. It's a good quality thickness. It's good. It's good. I'm also using testers. There's so many brands out there. Use what you have, or if you need to go get some, think about your project and just get what you need. White. I always have white, black on hand. I have yellow on hand right now because I wanted to make a Batman thing, so I've got to work on that project. Ooh, that might be my next Twitch project.
Awesome. I actually think they may have been joking, but I'm not sure, because you know what? Small says that all of the things, she says everything is stuff she can't do. And I know Small enough to know she's lying.
Right? A pencil will block out the sublimation. It happened on a blank I tried. Oh, that's interesting.
It shouldn't. That's one of the things. Well, maybe it'll mask it, but I don't believe so.
My dog just walked up and subbed against my leg and almost jumped out. Your doggy scaring you?
Okay, so
black on the inside of my dots, or not black. This is brown. I know, you guys. I don't know. We're gonna add a little bit of brown. And we're just going to follow along on the inside, just like this on all of those.
Okay, so Adelaide was wanting to know, is this acrylic paint or sublimation? So what she has used so far has been acrylic paint, and that is to put a base layer on her blank that she is creating. So she is creating that white surface underneath, and then she's going to laminate over the top of it so it's got the polyester coating that the sublimation will go into. Sublimation paint is different than acrylic paint.
Right. I do not know where my sublimation paint is, which
Or she would be using it right now.
Yeah, I'm a little distraught because I know I have it, unless it got in the garbage somehow, which I don't think it would have, because that's like 5-6 tubes of paint. So
and when we're talking about tubes of paint, where'd I put mine? We're talking about these guys. They're 2-ounce tubes of paint. They're decent size. Yeah.
They're not like
They're not like half-ounce things. Yeah.
They're pretty decent size, and I don't know where mine are. And it's really disheartening because I had an image in my head that they were in my Coca-Cola bin, but my Coca-Cola bin does not have them. And I'm like, so yeah, I gotta figure it out. Or I'm going to go bananas. Okay, so we got a little bit of brown in there. We're going to go in with a little bit of orange, just around kind of the outside-ish, and it's going to blend a little with the black. So we're not going to worry about it too much because we don't mind. And then we're going to put it in with the other dots, and we're going to just add some orange in here.
So the one thing that I did wrong already was I did not test this marker. It turns out this one had, I think this one, it must be low. Don't know why, but it didn't really show the color well. So I picked another color that was close and went back over it, just like you would if you're playing with your alcohol markers, right? Because I'm kind of doing like a gradient on my butterfly wings. I started with purple on the outside, then a lighter purple, and then this darkish teal blue, and now I've got a lighter blue. And I'm trying to do an overlap of the colors so that hopefully, and since they're similar colors, it shouldn't make anything like mud. So I'm thinking that's going to be kind of cool. So we've got that. I'm thinking now, because I need to have I want to have some kind of a color across the middle. And I need to figure out what color do I want to do the word strong. Because so far I'm using purples and blues. Could do this bold blue. This one's a darker, brighter blue. So that I think would be good with the, and there's plenty of ink in it. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead and color in my word. This is also a great project for you to have for kids. This is this ink washes off easy because it washes off with water. Until you heat it, you can wash it off. So if it gets on your kids' clothes, wash it off. I would say wash it in cold water instead of hot water, just in case, right?
Right. You don't want to sublimate it in.
I mean, maybe you do, because it would be a reminder of what amazing fun they had when they were coloring. But I would say, just rinse it all out. Do that before.
So that's going to go on my heart. My achy breaky heart. Okay, and then we have our cup, which, you know what? Let's stamp on the cup because we have that.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna stamp.
If y'all missed it, you don't stamp directly on the cup.
Right.
On the paper, yes. But
you guys do it on the paper.
Yeah. So this was one. These are ones that I did I stamped on paper, on copy paper, just plain copy paper, and colored them in with my markers. And these have been on my refrigerator ever since. And this is another one that has a stamp. That is a stamp of Seattle from Hero Arts that they had at the show, and they let Artesprix use in their booth. And then this one is a stamp from Craft Express. No, I'm sorry, from Trinity Stamps. Words. Hey, Jenny. Welcome, welcome.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna
Uh-oh.
attempt. We're gonna attempt.
Now,
something.
here's something that she could do if she had the coloring book. She could do the coloring book.
Yeah.
But just like with coloring book pages, you guys can make stuff for you to color yourself with just the stamps and stuff you have, right? Or if you have a coloring book, you could color it in with the markers. Just know that the blacks, the lines are not going to transfer. These will, because they're done in sublimation ink. And while I'm doing this, let me look and see what the website says about my blank. Yes, I go back and check because every blank could be different. I'm going to go ahead and show this too. Here's the blank page. So when I go to sublimation blank, look at this. We've got aprons. We've got baby onesies. We've got bag tags. I didn't show you the bag tags that I've got because they're actually on bags. We've got bookmarks. We did bookmarks before. This is the buttons. Canvas bags, charms. Oh, I've got little charms over here somewhere. I'll have to show you guys those in a minute. But there's lots of different things, right? Hey, Nancy, welcome in. So what I need to find is coasters. So I'm going up to the top, and I'm just going to put coasters into the search bar. ER. And there's a couple of different types. So I've done the textured. On the picture from the thumbnail, there's some textured ones there. This one's cool. So somebody back in 2021 made this one that looks really easy to do, but it kind of looks like cow spots. Doesn't it? Elizabeth.
Cow spots. That's
Doesn't
really
it?
nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So these are the polished coasters. It comes in a 4-pack, and it has under the details what you get, but down at the bottom, it tells you the instructions. Wait a minute. Did they change where this stuff is? I need to know where my... Oh, here we go. Duh. They actually made this section bigger than it was on the website before. They've redone the website a couple of times, and they keep on getting better. So it says design on plain copy paper with iron-on ink, position coaster, press at 400 degrees for 60 seconds, which is actually what my machine defaults to. So we're good. So once I'm done with this, I can go ahead and press because, yeah. Do I want to do anything else in there? So I don't want anything to clash with the purples and the blues. So I think I may just stick with this. Okay, I'm going to do some dots. I'm not good with stippling, but this is okay. She'll like it.
I like stippling. It's fun. I did a cat once, all stippled. With dipping well ink too, with a calligrapher pen. I had to dip and
yeah, you did. You did the glass one, didn't you? The glass pen.
No, this was back in when I was still in high school, so it was just a regular thing. But yeah, I do have a glass dipping pen. I broke one too the other day too. Kind of sucked.
I've got one that I got on sale at Joann's a long time ago, and I still haven't learned how to do it.
Okay. I hope. Wait. I gotta make sure this goes on backwards. This goes on like this. So this gonna go like that. And I think I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it.
Why wouldn't it work?
Because I inked the stamp with the markers. And
you can do that. You can do that.
Well, I did, but it dried. I probably should have done one at a time. But I just spritzed it with water, so we're going to see what it does.
Yeah, and it may not be as vibrant, but yeah, I've noticed that with the markers tend to be, probably because you have more control to put more ink down, that they wind up being a bit more vibrant and everything than with coloring than the stamp pads do. Not sure exactly why, but it may also be that mine are the ones I'm still using. I'm still using my original ones from 2022. Yeah. But this is also, what she's showing now is also a good reason to have your MISTI or stamping wheel or some kind of a stamp positioner, because you can go back in and recolor the things and do it again.
Right. But misting it seems
Kitty.
to do a nice little... nice little job here.
Yeah, doing that little bit of a huff on there sometimes helps too, because you can re-moisten your inks.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna sublimate that like that. It's not full color coverage.
Hey, True.
But I like it, so we're gonna attempt it. That one got a little too wet, but it might not even show up on the thing. So we're gonna let this one dry.
Yep.
We're gonna let that one dry, and then we're going to clean this, hopefully. Otherwise, it might be stained, and we'll be okay with that because it'll still work, you guys.
Yeah.
But if it's water-based, we should be able to... Oh, look at that. It stained it. Yay. No, you guys, it's fine. Don't panic. Don't panic.
Hey, Kelly. Welcome in.
And then our last one is a little square. What do I want to do with this one? You guys. Oh, look at
What do you have new from Simon Hurley?
What I have my rocket ship.
What do you guys think? Should she do a rocket ship on there? Oh, did you know that you could also color up, paint whatever, make your own papers in different things and die cut them out? So let's say you wanted to do words. You could die cut them in reverse, mirrored by cutting the opposite side. And you can put any kind of a sentiment on there that you want using those. Or if you have the mask, you can die cut out the mask and leave that part as white. Oh, that's what else I wanted to show y'all. I've got my bag that I use it to get my mail. It's basically my crafty mail bag. And for this one, I used... Okay, here's a different one. But for that one, I used images I got from Erin Reed Makes, but I made the paper and die cut them out, or actually used my scanning kit to cut them out. And how fun is that? It's dirty because I use it all the time whenever I go to get the mail. And this one has also been, I think, 2022, so like 2-3 years. And then I like that one enough that I made this one. They caboed on glittery, and this one's been at least a couple of years old too. So you can die cut or you can color up whatever. You don't have to do it this way. All the different things that you can do, most of the different things that you can do for creating things for my brain just stopped, sorry. But that you use for doing things with pattern paper and everything. I mean, with your regular card making supplies, you should be able to make permanent projects with.
Permanent. We like permanent sometimes.
Yes. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to have a little bit of white on the top. It's okay. I know, right? They are still just as vibrant, Stephanie. They are still just as vibrant. So far we've talked about how to get the color down, the actual inks and markers and ink pads. There's ink pads, there's markers, there's paints, there's ink refills.
So we're not talking about the paint though, because it's lost.
Yeah, she lost it. Okay, why do I have, this is not what that is. Okay. It is not a I know what it was. I just needed a place to hold my paper. It's like, what is that? This is saying sublimation pillowcase. This is not a pillowcase. This is the protective paper. So what I'm using this for, I know, right? This stuff it's siliconized paper. You can use butcher paper. Do not use wax paper. I'd recommend don't use parchment paper. You're going to want, parchment paper is a maybe, but butcher paper is going to be better. And the sublimation...
I'm using parchment, so...
Yes. The sublimation paper is actually the best because it is siliconized. What it's there for is to protect everything. Okay? But we don't need this much of it. What I do is whatever size my thing is going to be, we want to cover top and bottom. So I make sure I have that big enough. On the website and on the different blog posts, you're going to see that folks are talking about the sublimation hamburger. Okay. Mine is a sublimation taco. I'm also going to use this. This is a mat that I got from Artesprix that is this thick rubber. It's going to protect my work surface. My Tim Holtz glass mat is probably okay, but you still want to try to protect it because it could get pretty hot. Don't think it would break it, but might not be so happy on your hands, right? So we're going to have that with one sheet of the sublimation, some of the protective paper underneath the blank. This is the surface we're going to be sublimating on, and then we're going to have our image over the top of it. Now to position that correctly, I'm going to get out my tape. Have it in this. This is a little Dollar Tree tape dispenser. That's a unicorn. It's purple, so Mary would love it. So I'm going to just put that on there. I still can see the lines, which is going to help me know where to put this. And I think I can probably slide it just a touch over. So right about there should be right. Now I need to tape it in place and make sure that it's not going anywhere. Here's the error from that one that I showed you guys that was ghosted. I didn't use enough tape. Because I'm thinking, oh, I don't really have too much tape and I don't want to waste the money. Yeah, use it. You need to make sure it's not moving.
Did you answer this or not? Abraham is asking if you can use Cricut infusible pens.
Yes, those are also sublimation pens. Absolutely. I've also seen that Craft Express has infusible ink pens now as well. I think they're probably Artesprix pens, just repurposed. I'm not sure, but
I have generics.
Yeah, I would say if it says that it is a sublimation ink, they're probably going to work. I can't talk. It's just like with everything else. I can't talk to the quality of any other company because I haven't tried it. Oh, why did I
got mine for free? I got mine for free when I bought my generic heat press. Because I have a big heat press too. And I was like,
oh, you got a clamshell? Yay. Yeah.
And I played with them, and that's the colors they turned out to be I sublimated each of the colors.
So that is that's a piece of that fabric, right? So you can see you did the same thing I did. So this is my taco. So I've got my layer of protective paper underneath. We're going to have the hamburger bun, which is your blank. We're going to have the cheese, which is your design. And then we're going to have the second piece of sublimation. Protective paper over the top. So if we're talking about a hamburger bun, we've got our hamburger, we've got our cheese, we've got our second bun going over the top. Okay. And then all we do is you take this. I'm going to press it. Now, what I need to make sure is that I don't swish it around. You don't want to iron it. You want to just go straight down and just hold it in place. Okay. And that is probably the hardest thing to do because the paper and the blank are a little bit slippery, right? So I hit the timer. So we're going to wait 60 seconds. And once that's done, we're going to take a look and see if I actually did a decent job of coloring. This is also the first time that I've used anything from the book. So we're going to get to see whether or not the printing is actually sublimation ink. I'm assuming so, but I haven't actually tested it yet. And you never know. Sometimes things go out and it's actually a sample and you don't realize that you sent out the wrong thing. So, I mean, I have gotten things from Spellbinders where there was something wrong with it too. Recently, I think there was actually a Better Press or a Glimmer, or it was a die. I don't remember. One of them where a word was spelled wrong.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, one thing that she's probably noticing right now is that, yes, this stuff does stain. The black ink does stain. Yes. Also, the black ink it usually winds up coming out a little bit brown instead of dark black, depending on how juicy your ink pad was.
Yeah, mine's looking a little
on the brown it looks like side. It dinged and I didn't hear it. I wasn't looking. I was talking. Okay, off to the side. So the next step that we do is we do a peak test. Dawn wants to know, are you hungry, Debbie? Do you need a hamburger? No, I don't. So we're going to do a peak test. And what that means is we're going to lift a little bit. This is also going to be hot. You're going to lift a little bit and see if it transferred. Do you see that? Do you see that? Look it. Okay, I'm going to bring myself up. We're going to do the same thing for Elizabeth when she does hers. But yeah, y'all got to see this, okay? And I'm going to set my camera to zoom it. Okay, So you want to do a peak test, because if you shift it, if you take off the tape and you have to repress it because it didn't transfer well, yeah, that's not going to be fun. You're not going to be able to line it back up. But you see that? Elizabeth?
Oh, look at how pretty.
Okay,
It transferred black really nice.
Everything. Oh, look at the butterfly wing. That turned out lovely. And I kind of like that I left the middle white. So this is a new coaster that I can send off to my mother-in-law. She is right now in Texas. Isn't that pretty? I'm very happy with that. And now we have seen that, yes, the inks that are in the printing in the book does sublimate. Oh, love this. I am definitely going to be posting a picture. I have to edit a lot of pictures because I hadn't gotten around to, well, I haven't had time to do it yet. But I definitely have to show pictures of all of this. This is gorgeous. And
That's
Ashley's
really
going to love it. And I need where's my phone? I'm sorry. Okay, Abraham says it's hard to see it up here from space. So I did a good zoom. You should be able to see it, Abraham. So why is Abraham in space?
I don't know. Maybe because I went to space.
Maybe. Okay, I have to take a picture.
Or
and
we
then
were just talking about space.
Very possibly. Okay, let me take a picture. I don't know who you are. Don't say things. Okay. So this is going to get, I'm going to definitely be tagging Artesprix and Aaron Reed on this one because it's so cute. And I'm going to do like a quick and dirty. I think I'm going to, actually I'm going to just do a quick edit and then I'm going to send it to Facebook, I think. Because I can do all of the other things later. Square, center. It is so bright and vibrant. It doesn't even look. It doesn't even need any editing. I mean, it doesn't look like I need to. I usually with my pictures, when I take a picture with my camera, with my phone, I always have to intensify the contrast and the saturation. But I don't think it needs it on this time. I'm probably going to do it anyway. So let's share. I'm going to share it with. Let's see if I can find Ashley. Where's my messenger? There's my messenger. Chats. Send to Ashley. And then let's see if I can find Aaron. And send to Aaron. Yay. Anyway, I think this turned out gorgeous. Huh?
I need the fine points. This is hard to color with this big old broad thing. There's no teeny weeny. We'll get it though. We'll get it.
Okay, Ruth had a good question. She says, even though it probably won't be as vibrant, can you sublimate with that design paper a second time? Yes. I actually saw this done last year at Creativation. Someone was doing some things with paint. The paint is it's probably going to turn out best. Just saying, you're getting a lot more of the pigment and everything down. So, what they wound up doing is they were doing a bag, I think it was, and they did like 3 or 4 of them. And they turned out wonderfully. And I think what they actually were painting on was a coffee filter, if I remember right. Again, it's been a while. But if you want to have the nice, pretty, it's kind of like when you want to get second generation stamping. Ruth, Abraham says you will get a very ghosted image. Yes, it would be very, very faded. It's not going to be nearly as bright as this. And I think this one turned out perfect. And even that little bit up at the top where I cut the paper a little bit short, you really can't notice it. I notice it because I'm looking for it, but isn't that gorgeous? I might not. I have to see if I have any more coasters because I may not be able to give this one to my mother-in-law. I'm sorry. It's pretty. I love it.
It is very pretty. It turned out really nice.
Yeah. I'm also I love the blues and teals and everything. I think that turned out great. But also, you don't necessarily want to use the tape a second time. If it has any of the ink on there, you don't want to use it again. if this has any of the ink on there, you don't want to use it again because it can transfer to your next project. So don't try to save it. That's one reason why I cut things smaller. And I use the minimum amount that I really need to. Okay. Anyway, this is gorgeous. Okay. I need to see what other things now I want to play more.
Play more.
Well, it's only 6 o'clock. Okay. It's only 6 o'clock. Since I didn't have to think up the design because it was already done for me, this took less time than normal when I've done these. It really did. I'm going to move this back to normal size. There we go. I just put my thing on my coaster. So cute. So cute. Okay, what else do I have in this bag? I think I've got more blanks in here. I'm not doing these huge ones because no. But I've got a couple of, yeah. Talking about big, these are hard for me to figure out what to do on because they're so big.
Right.
You know? These are
sequin.
Yes, big sequin pillowcases. I may have to go back in the back and get into my crafted. I know what else I've got. I have ornaments. And something else I wanted to see if it would fit. I'm probably not going to do it today, but I've also got one more mug left out of that last batch of mugs that I did.
I've got 2 mugs left.
Because I've got my craft oven. So I have a feeling that those would fit on here.
My very first mug is downstairs in the cupboard because it's backwards.
So this is one where I attempted to do New Orleans on it. And I've baked it multiple times to get the design off because the design was just wrong. Aww. I think it shifted or something. It was so weird. Dawn is saying, how fun, Debbie, you can put palm trees on them. Absolutely. Actually, I did a heart ornament a while back. I forgot that that's what was on there. But anyway, I did a heart ornament a while back, probably 3 years ago. That was one that had palm trees and everything on there. So it was really cute. These are ones from Craft Express. And I got them, I think, not this last year at Christmas, but the year before. And they were on sale. So I got this whole big thing of these ceramic. And you could actually do... Oh, I could put... Yeah, I could do that. So Dawn is saying I could put palm trees on the pillows. And that's probably because she remembered that it turned out that's about the only thing I could draw. So looking at this, it would wind up cutting into it. So these are actually perfect size for the coasters, and not so much the ornaments. The ornaments are going to be a little bit too small, I think.
Thank you.
Or seashells, they'd be with the they'd be pretty with that. They'd be pretty with the sequins, yeah. Okay, so this is probably not going to work for this. I don't think there's any smaller ones. Let me look at I'll leave this out while I'm looking in the book. See, these are much bigger. These are kind of cool. I could do a corner of this. Like color it and then cut it out of one of the full front pages. But I'm kind of thinking I want that for one of those big trivet things. But I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think these are going to be ones I'm going to do something else with. But these are also a great thing to do for Christmas presents, right?
Right. Christmas present. I like making things for gifts. And greetings, Cordelia and Jay. Thanks for popping in.
Yay! Welcome in. I hadn't been over on the Restream once. I didn't see them pop in.
I actually saw them pop in on my channel. And Jenny G. Thank you. They're probably been waiting all day for me to do a shout out because you guys, I'm hyper focused. We got projects.
Yeah,
projects
she's
for
still
Sublimation.
coloring. She hasn't pressed yet.
Nope. I like to do things in an order, like do all the things so they dry, do all the
Yeah.
coloring so that when all the other things are ready, we just go. And you guys, we're ready. We're gonna start our process. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are
You
ready?
go, girl. Yay.
Okay. So first things first. Is that the way that goes? First things first, let's make sure that'll work because I got paint on this side that I don't want there. So that's gonna go like that. This is gonna go like that, and this is gonna go like that. However, we can't just go like that because it's not gonna stick to our paint and our wood. What we need is this. I keep forgetting what this is called. Page protectors. No, laminates. You need laminate, you guys. And
I was out of the room. I think you said you needed the heat resistant tape. Is that right?
No.
No, what do we need?
A laminate. We need laminate.
Oh, yeah, you need to make it into a blank. You're not done making it into a blank yet.
Nope. I made sure my paint was dry, which it totally dried while I was doing all of my coloring. So we need laminate. So for us, it is this why can't
It's a laminating sheet. Oh, it doesn't fit.
sheet?
Okay, did you see this?
No, I'm busy.
No, I brought out my pillow that I made. It's as big. It was big enough that I had to use 4 sheets of paper and it had overlap that makes it kind of look a little bit plattish. It was not intentional. I wanted it to be this color. But it's still
awesome,
pretty.
though.
Yeah, it still turned out cool.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut our laminate down. And, you know, laminate is like a pouch. And I need to cut it down.
You only need half of it. You only need one side, right?
Right. And because that just means you can do 50 more projects because it'll fit. It'll all fit. But I'm going to cut these apart. Oh my goodness. I just got to cut them apart and be happy with that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Slide trimmer is much better than the guillotine. Guillotine was getting hung up on it a little bit. But I've got a little chunk here, which I think will fit our mug. Yep, that'll fit our mug. And then our heart. Our achy breaky heart. Da 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 da. You guys, don't come at me for my choice of songs.
Ain't nothing wrong with achy breaky heart, honey.
I know. I haven't heard it in forever. It's one of those ones you heard it 50 million times back in the day, and you just
when it was very popular, right?
Super popular. And now
why did the stamp feel left out? Because it wasn't part of the in crowd. I'm trying to understand that one. Why is it going over my head?
It wasn't part of the in stamp.
It's one of those bad dad jokes.
Why did the stamp feel left out? Because it wasn't part of the in crowd.
Okay, so Dawn asked the question. I have a mouse pad from years ago that came with iron-on transfer kit. Can I use that for sublimation with the Cricut pens? If it is a, and I know that you asked Abraham, but if it is a polyester, yes.
High grade polyester. It doesn't have to be 100%, but
yeah, it does exactly. It needs to be high enough. It just means that if it's a lower amount of polyester, lower percentage, it's going to wind up being more muted. It's not going to be as vibrant. And here's one that I've had in my stash as a practice thing. It's another thing that I bought cheap. I think it was off of Amazon a while back. So I have those in here still. Right now I'm in one of my blanks bins, looking to see what do I want to do now, because I want to do another project. Right?
Yeah, I'm doing the projects.
So these two things here are smaller blanks, and I don't even know what's all in them, but How about that? I'm not going to do that today because these are too big, but this is a little pendant charm. See how little that is?
That is cute, though.
Yes, so you can make jewelry with this. So that's a pendant charm. This is the blank that I used for Mickey Mouse. Here's a keychain, the metal keychains, and I think these are still too small, too big for that. Here's another one of the pens. Hey, Irma, welcome in. I wonder who did that? They covered Elizabeth up completely. So Anne did a jump scare over your face, it was The Exorcist.
Nice.
So this might work. So I've got a metal heart ornament that I think one of these may fit on. One of the butterflies may fit on. So I might do that. And more keychains. I love the keychains. So I've got plastic and I've got maple and I've got metal. So I've got the keychains. I've got more coasters.
Where's my parchment at?
And then I've got this shape for an ornament too. It's kind of a label one. And this is one of the ones that I did a long time ago.
You guys.
What did you do?
This is my desk. And I'm like, where's my piece of parchment? My piece of parchment. I know I pulled out a piece of parchment. Where's my piece of parchment?
What's to the right?
Where is this? Where is this?
Okay, Terry Cooper had an awesome question. How do you include glitter on these projects? The only way you do glitter on these projects is if you've got a glitter bag that is the blank you're doing. Like this one. This one has got like a glitter fabric that doesn't have actually flake off glitter. It's just the way it's worked. But this is gorgeous. I love this one. It's kind of weird. Yes, it's gorgeous. So it's one of those things you make it and then you reveal it and it's like, oh my God, that is so cool. Okay, so I have to figure out what has the right size. I mean, this one has the right size, but I don't know about the label look. I might do that one. I don't know. I did one on that and I don't really like the label. I don't know why. Oh, and then I've got over here more keychains. Goodness. More keychains and yeah, keychains and another coaster. I have one more coaster and I've got bag tags. I could definitely do a bag tag. What did you do?
I almost
don't do that.
Iron right on this. I almost
okay, so
it's iron right on it.
Did you put the laminate on it yet?
Okay, no.
Honey?
I am.
Oh, I mean, it might help to dry the paint faster.
Okay, Debbie J. The paint is dry.
I figure that.
Okay, what I almost did is put my iron directly on the laminate sheet.
Oh, when it wasn't in position. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to melt the plastic to my iron. So
the reason that we use protective paper, like I'm using, and parchment paper, like what she's using, is to protect all the things. You don't want the inks or the laminate to be stuck to your iron. Right? You don't want that. Okay, so I got all those over there. I've got this little guy. And so Stephanie is saying that she likes this label. So I think that's what I'm going to see if I've got something that'll fit. So I've even got more of the hearts. Wow, I don't remember I think it's where I got a couple at a time. Hey, Miss Linda, welcome in. Linda Toman's in the house. Miss Elizabeth, Linda Toman is in the house.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, you're focused. Oh, here's something else I haven't done yet. This one is an iron-on patch that is sequins. It's from Craft Express, and I think you're only supposed to go on the white, but I have never taken it out. So it's got the silver side showing. Yeah. Yeah, I told you I love this stuff, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So Terry Cooper says no. Abraham says it would look nice on the bag tags. Okay. So I'll let you guys help me decide. We had got this that I know is big enough. We've got some textured coasters. So these are not as smooth. Dawn says for me to make a name tag for myself with the label. You know what that would look like? That would look like a dog tag. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do
Nothing
that.
wrong with a good dog tag. Just
Not
saying.
around my neck. Okay, so we've got the label one. We've got, is this the one this is the one that's open. Okay. The label, we've got textured coasters. We've got a heart. Hey, Mary. Mary hasn't gotten to see my blue and purple butterflies yet. And we've got keychains. Keychains are going to be too small. I think these are probably about the right size. And I think I came across circular coasters. I got another circular coaster. And we've got bag tags. So what do y'all think? We've got 5 things here for y'all to look at, for you to tell me which one do you want me to do a butterfly on.
I like the ribbity one at the top left.
This one?
Yeah, I like that one.
That's the label one. So it goes this way. Yeah, it's a metal ornament. So these are both ornaments. To me, it looks like a metal, or it looks like a label. Danielle and Norma say bag tag. Okay, I have to show this to Mary while y'all are helping me. Mary.
That's so gorgeous.
I love this. Yeah.
Craft by Jay. So he is wondering, what are the Artesprix things? What are these things?
We are using our crafty supplies to create permanent projects. This is sublimation without a friggin' printer. Sublimation printers cost what, $500-600, I think?
Yeah.
I think even if you convert a printer, I think the Eco Tank is one that you can convert somewhat easily into a. Yeah, Mary is like, oh, and lots of purple hearts. She loves my little butterflies. But yeah, it's where you can convert one of those printers into a sublimation printer. If you do that, you cannot use other kind of inks in it. You can only do sublimation with it. So just saying. But even that is like over $300 for just the printer. She did not find her paints, but she's been playing with everything else. And and right now the paints are a touchy subject.
Yes.
So what I did so far is I colored this. You notice it's mirrored. It's backwards. This is part of the new coloring book that Artesprix, one of the coloring books that Artesprix has got. Okay, that's only $5 for that. And I colored it up with my markers that are sublimation markers, not regular alcohol markers, nothing like that. Somebody else had mentioned that they thought that the pencil lines would. I actually have some pencil lines on here. That pencil lines blocked some of the ink, but looking at this, I do not see any. I did draw a line across both directions to find the center. And there we go. Okay, so Norma says my Eco Tank was only $150. Yeah, Linda says a converted printed runs close to $300. Yeah. And Dawn says, Debbie, the name tag would be nice with your logo too, and to use at events. I'm thinking there are pens, and that I think would work real well. And I think I'm probably going to order pens this year to take to the event. But yeah, I have worn my my beach pen to Creativation, and then I forgot where I put it and didn't pull it out before the show this time. Anyway, this I think turned out super lovely, and it was this. I just colored it and pressed it, and it turned out perfect. And Elizabeth is right now creating her blanks. These are already pre-done, so these are professional blanks that you can get from Artesprix. There are some also with Craft Express. You can get them at Michael's. You can get them at a lot of different places. These are really good. Make sure you get good quality ones, depending on what you're doing, like if you're making the stuff to sell. If you're making it for gifts and it's people that really don't care how good it is, just the fact that it came from you, do what you want. I do think that doing what Elizabeth's doing, because I'm the one that told her she could do it. She says, I don't have any blanks. It says, you've got wooden shapes, right? I told her how to make it.
I did actually have blanks. But
But it's where you didn't know last week. You didn't know.
Right.
Yeah. So you can get them a lot of different places. And what she's doing right now, and I'm going to bring you up full screen again so they can see. First, she took her wooden shapes that you can get like Dollar Tree or Amazon or wherever, and painted it. And then she put a laminate sheet over the top, and she is laminating onto it using her little heat press. Okay. And then she's going to trim off all the excess, and now she's got a blank she can start with, and she can transfer the images that she's been coloring onto it. Abraham says, Hobby Lobby has the best prices for blanks. Small bags are like $1.99. I've got some of their little bags, and I've never gotten around to using them, to be honest. And I don't really like going to my Hobby Lobby. I don't know if y'all's are the same way, but their lines are incredibly long, and they don't have as good a deals as they used to. I loved having the 40% off one item. Remember when they had that coupon?
If you hit the department just right, usually they put like the department on sale. So like Master's Touch, every, I don't know.
I've got some of their stuff too. Yeah.
They put it on sale. But yeah, you just got to know their timing for their sales. If anybody is wondering, I am using the little HDV Ront. He's this little guy. I do have him on a set 3. To put the laminator sheet to the wood, I set a 2-minute timer so that I got good press. And now we're peeling it off of. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to put stuff down. We don't mind that papers get around there, right? But we want a good adhesion because it will peel off. These, like Debbie J, you're saying, it's not quality. Like, I didn't press this. I rushed this one, so I didn't get good adhesion at the edges. Did not set a timer. So if you set a timer,
I'm thinking for that, you may be able to save that part by just putting it in your bigger heat press. Just repress it. I'm thinking doing it with that additional pressure that you get with your bigger one. I think you said you have a clamshell. That would probably be really. Oh, you do not, but you do have one like what I was using earlier.
I have one that sets down and it vibrates.
Oh, yeah, that's something you have to be careful of. That you don't want to use one that vibrates. You have to turn the vibration off.
I've used it with vibration and everything is always turned out. But I also
I'm talking about when you're doing this because it can definitely cause everything moving.
Right, but I tape mine down like I don't
better than me. Okay, so I figured I would pull back out the 3 that people are saying that they wanted to see, and we've got the label. The one that looks like a label that's a metal ornament and actually goes this way. We've got the bag tag and we've got the heart. So here's the 3. Which one do you want me to do? And I've been basically talking like for 15 minutes or so and not actually creating anything.
Okay. Deborah, no, I did not find my paints, but thank you for popping in today.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie is, do you have your press on low or high? Mine is on high. My little guy.
And mine, I went and looked at what the temperature was setting on these and went onto the website. So when you're using a purchased blank, check that. And it was saying to do 400 degrees for 60 seconds. So for this one, people are still saying that they want the label one. Probably because I said I didn't like it as much. They want me to give it away is what it is.
Okay, hold up.
Okay, I'm going to look up again. What?
I pulled out my tape.
Did you lose your tape?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's... Oh, sorry. Let me
I
put you
found
up. Okay, she found it. No, Mary, that's an old chat thing. Okay. Debbie, are you hoping to abhor the label? And then they says to avoid the label. Now, I'll do it. I think it's one of those things that I got like 4 of them and I only used, maybe I didn't use, this one came with I don't know. I have used like 2 of them. I think I messed up on one of them on a live, on a summit live that I was representing Artesprix. It's like, oh no. I struggled on that one. It was because I know I do the label. I'm going to do the label. I'm right now looking up the pressing time for that just so I have it in my head and I can get make sure that my machine is all set. So this one is not sewing. That's because it says metal ornaments. Like it would help if I actually put the correct thing in the search bar because it says ornament.
Well, it doesn't matter because everybody wants the label. And I said it first, so I should probably get it. Send it to me.
It may definitely happen. It may definitely happen. Okay, so that one. A 2 count of this is only $8. Deck the tree with Artesprix. And this one also is, let me see what temperature it says. Where's the instructions? Oh, I scroll past again. 400 degrees for 75 seconds. So this one probably because it's bigger. Let me adjust that. So time. So that way while I'm coloring, it can be getting ready. Okay, so that is good.
You guys, don't be afraid of the tape. Don't be afraid of the tape.
Don't be afraid of the tape.
I got mine on Amazon. And I had 2 rolls and I sent a roll off to another crafty person because it's going to take me forever to go through this because I don't do this all the time. And it was cheap. 2 rolls for cheap, you guys. Just buy it. Because you'll be so upset if your stuff ghosts because you do all this work in the project and all that stuff.
I showed y'all mine that ghosted, and yes, I was upset. That was one that I was recording a video and had to start back over. That is the most frustrating part when you are in a hurry because you got stuff you got to get done and you have a project due and it's due like tomorrow and you still have to write the blog. Yeah. So when you are in a rush, instead of like what we're doing today we are just playing, right? So Christina says it's gone now. Are you saying that my brain is gone? Oh, what is that over the screen? I think it was where someone over on Twitch was doing a Tangia dungeon. And I didn't pay attention, so I didn't say anything. But they were doing a Tangia dungeon that you can participate in. Okay, so here's our guy, and it is front and back, so you can do the back, and it is perfect size, so we can do beautiful. We can do beautiful on there. Let me make sure I've got the right part for the center, like we did before. So I'll say that is about it. And then I can line that up with the tips there. And then just draw around it. And I'm going to say it's going to be good enough because you know what? That's all the space I got. So if it's not perfectly centered this way, so if this is not the center, it's going to have to do. And it is the same flowers that I just did and the same butterfly that I just did, but just with a different word. Okay, so now I've drawn it. So now I know where I need to do my coloring.
I like to work in a process, you guys. If you got to do a lot of these things, I recommend this process where you do one step at a time for all.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When you do things, it's my brain just stopped is what the word is. Conveyor belt.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. If you do think it definitely saves you a lot of time. You can do that with making your cards too. I'm playing right now and don't know what I want to do. So that's one reason why I'm doing it this way. And it looks like that is nowhere near center. This is not centered. So that means I have definitely got to move it. I just saw that. So right in the middle here is where the center is. So we're going to draw a line right down the middle of our butterfly. And I'm going to redraw my, redraw those. To shift it over a little bit.
This one is
right about there.
Hopefully that'll stay.
Okay, so that looks like I didn't draw my vertical line in the center like I thought I did. So I'm going to do it one more time. And we already discovered that pencil line does not, oh, I know why. It's because I was, yeah. Anyway, pencil line does not transfer, which is why you can do this with a pencil.
But does enough pencil block the ink from transferring to the thing?
Well, on this first one we did, there was no blocking.
But you drew
look
a
at the
light
word,
pencil line. But you drew a light pencil line. That's what
yeah,
I'm
but I
saying.
haven't
It's
seen,
just
I have,
dark.
maybe, I haven't seen where the graphite has had any effect on it. And what Ashley has said is that the pencil line won't transfer. So I'm taking her at her word.
Okay, I'm
now
gonna
I can
press
color.
for 2 minutes again, only because it's a big area and I have a small thing. So the apple only took 1 minute. The apple took 1 minute to transfer, but I'm gonna do 2 because I have a lot of space to cover. And I just set my timer.
Okay, where's my garbage paper that I can test my markers on to make sure that they work? And I think I'm going to start off with the word. I'm going to go with bright orange this time. So this is completely opposite of colors. And I'm going to bring you up. Yeah, and as long as you keep it, as long as what she's doing there, I would not recommend, but Elizabeth is being very, very careful not to let anything shift. If you iron it, that's why they say to go straight down on it. It's more difficult to do it the way she's doing and make sure it's correct. But again, she's using a small iron. If she was using a larger one, she could go just straight down. But if you're using a small one like that, be very, very careful. You do not want your paper to shift at all. If it does, you're going to get ghosting. And that's probably not the look you're going for unless it is October 15th and it's a Halloween project. So just be very, very careful. It's like when you're die kitting, you want to try to make sure that you don't shift your dies, or if you're doing your better press, that you don't shift the plates, or the same thing with glimmer. The same kind of thing. You can cause issues where it doesn't work quite as what you want if you're not careful in making sure everything stays straight.
Right. You make sure you get those edges if you're using a little guy. I missed that on my apple. You can see that. Like that didn't get a good press and down here didn't get a good press.
Yeah, I have had some of that too, even with a big one. Even with this big machine here. I do know I get better results using my my clamshell, but it's all the way over there and I'm not going to heat it up right now. Not for something that's this small. If I was doing a big project, I would definitely be using the big machine. Did you do the peak test and me not see? Let me see.
Oh no, oh shit. Please hold. I gotta repress. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Make sure that everything stays in place because otherwise, if you have to repress, you can't put it back. She had everything stuck down very good. So when she saw that she needed to repress, she can do that because she doesn't have to reposition everything. Very, very good, Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm just going to press it for like 30 seconds here in the corner. Because it did not go at all.
Okay, that yellow does not work. Let's see if this one does. Oh, that's better.
That's better. And then
oh, she's got little salience. Go ahead.
Yeah, the corners, again, my corners are bad. Maybe I'll just hold it next time. I'll do like 30 seconds per corner.
That would probably work better, yeah.
That one already looked good. We'll just stick over here.
Okay, I'm trying something. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. I'm assuming it will because it's kind of watercolory. I'm coloring down with some of the marker ink. It's going to be kind of the same way as if you used a re-inker. Yeah. So I'm coloring down with some yellow and orange, and then I'm going to use a little bit of water and mix them together and then come back on here to do the edges. So I'm hopefully going to have yellow fading out into the orange. So I think that'll be kind of cool. But I can already tell because of the water, you can see that it's lighter there. So I definitely need to put some more ink down. How'd it do? I need to zoom in on you. How'd it do? Look it! That is cute.
I was really worried about the green because I forgot what color green it was when it goes down. But you can see it's so dark. It's so dark, but it turns out so light. And we still saw the spots. So the little bitty spots that were there still showed through. And I did put down black spots and then a blue spot over it just to give it some interest. So they just weren't just plain little black spots. So that's where that blue is. I purposely did that.
Fabulous. Isn't that cute, guys?
But I just made my own coaster, you guys. Plop, plop.
Do you have any cork?
Yes, I do. I do.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Okay, now she was saying if you got ink, don't use it. You see this?
Yeah.
That will transfer back, you guys.
So don't do it.
Throw it away.
And you know, Elizabeth and me both, we don't throw anything away. Mary says, love it, ECR. Christina says, super cute. I know, right?
$1.25 store, you guys. $1.25.
Yep.
Don't.
I've still got a bunch of things from Dollar Tree that I haven't gotten around to using yet. You know, we need to do this more often.
I know,
but
right?
I think part of the thing is that a lot of people, if they are a paper crafter, they don't know what it means. I tried to have a decent, okay. They're trying to, my words.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a way to promote the video so that people that are paper crafters will at least give it a shot. You know, take a look at it and see what it is, and then decide is it something they want to do or not. Because you can't really tell. Cork, not cook. Yeah. I mean, we're just doing the same thing we would be doing if we were just doing any kind of coloring. You know, I mean, I'm just using a different type of marker. I'm not using my alcohol markers like I usually do, but this still works fine, right?
Right.
And Elizabeth is doing basically the same kind of thing. She is using her markers and paint and things that she uses on her channel all the time. And she made some permanent projects just using stuff that we've already got, plus a little bit of extra ink. That is now at a cheaper price, and you can get the coloring book like what I'm using, so you don't even really have to think about the project. Because that's probably the hardest thing, is thinking, okay, what do I have to put on this?
Right.
I mean, if we were kids, what would happen? If we were kids, we would just draw and just play and then say, hey, Mom, how do you like this? And then Mom could just press it down onto the thing and it's something permanent that she would have a memory forever. You know?
Right.
So fun. So this one's going to be all yellow and orange, where my other one was blues and purples. So Linda says, now you've got me wanting to make a mug. I need to get some more mugs, because did I show you this one? I showed everybody earlier, but I don't know if you were in here. This is a mug that I forgot that was in there. I had made a mistake on one, and then I saw online that you could remove a lot of the ink by baking it over and over again. So I did. So it's kind of faded, but I should be able to put like a dark color. If I did a dark one, I could do another image over the top of it. And if I just did it for myself, no big deal, but it probably wouldn't be noticed by anybody. And that's my plan on it. I said that I was thinking about doing that with that coaster, and then I never did do the coaster. Instead, I made another mistake, and that was that one. I don't really know what happened there. It's like the plastic sleeve that you put it on, ripped. It's like it got too hot or something, and I have no idea. So your question, Elizabeth?
It's not a question. I'm thinking it's gonna make a little shadow because I missed this, and I think the paper moved. But we're just gonna press it and go because we don't know. Press and go. Press and go.
Even the mistakes, just like with everything else we do, even the mistakes are learning opportunities, and it'll be a chance for us to see what it looks like if you do it that way.
Yep. But wait till you see what actually printed really good. The black is weird. The black looks more blue, but it could be because it's on the blue paint. But we'll see. We'll see. It's very interesting. Wait till you see, you guys. Wait till you see. We got space.
Oh, and you also don't need to use this mat when you're coloring. I'm just doing it because I didn't want to move it out of the way. That is super cute, Miss Elizabeth. Love it.
Space. The final frontier. And then we're going putty tats, leopard prints. We'll see if it goes.
Okay, I'm bringing you up. You sound excited. You see? Yeah, let me hit the button.
Okay. Well, we taped it. We didn't tape it very good. The heart's a weird shape, you guys.
It's harder to do. Yeah.
Don't come at me. It's weird. Okay, let me just.
Hi, Stephanie.
We're gonna cut this here so you guys can see because we're not reusing the tape. You guys, it's one and done. So there's our print.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, and the black on the right-hand side does look a little bit blue, but that's because of the background. That is fabulous. Wow.
I love it. And this little window, like, because it's hollow, right? I think
she kind of likes it.
I think we're gonna leave a little window in there.
You could put another piece of laminate on the back, and I was thinking maybe sequins. but if you did
glitter, I could put glitter in there.
As long as it's not something that's gonna melt. As long as it's not something that's gonna melt. I don't know.
If it does, do I care? I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay, it's called testing. Okay, Terry was asking how do you add glitter to these projects? Well, we just found out.
Yeah, we're gonna spill some glitter in there and then put another sheet on and that. But I need to trim it up because I don't want to glue this part to the new part. But we still have one left to do. See how easy you get everything conveyor belted done. Again, this is going in the garbage.
Mass produced. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Yes.
I couldn't think of the word earlier. Oh my goodness.
But the mass production, but you do it in steps.
Yes.
So that you are doing parts to everything. That has a name. When you're mass producing,
oh my goodness.
And you do it in steps. That's the word.
I can't remember. I can't remember what that word is either. Mary says I won the purple butterfly, right? No. Sorry, Mary. Love ya, but still, I have not given that away, and I don't know. I'm gonna say this. Let me bring myself back up. The plan, and I'm gonna bring my face back up.
Creations. Okay, and then a 2-minute timer.
So the plan was I was going to make something for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day, which is Sunday. And I was thinking this would be great for her. It says strong. So yeah, I'm now because I made it and I love it. I don't know if I can give this to her, but I do have some more coasters. So I can make another one. But I love it. It's so pretty. So no. Okay.
Yeah, so
batch production. Yes,
no,
that's what
that's still not the word I want. The word I want is the steps.
Okay, so on this one, what we're doing is, again, it's the whole hamburger analogy. So we have got, and I think I need more tape.
The steps. Like.
So I've got, yeah.
God, what? Okay. Hey Google, what is it called when you're doing a batch production, but you're doing one step at a time? No, that is not it. One piece flow manufacturing. No.
I think it got the opposite of what you wanted. So Mary is saying, Dawn, nobody has my back. Like Dawn had said, Mary, I already told you can't have it. I think I did send you some stuff though to be able to make your own things. And how much does the Artesprix coloring book cost? $5. It's only $5 plus shipping.
Such a good price, though.
Okay, so on this one, we've got a sublimatable surface on both sides. Okay, so we're going to do the same hamburger. This mine's a taco, but we're going to do the hamburger. So we've got the bottom bun. We've got the hamburger, which is the blank. We've got, yes, I have to say it this way. I'm sorry, I have to. We have the design, which is the cheese, and the cheese always goes on top of the hamburger. And then we have, to turn that back on, and then we have the top bun. And my heat press has already shut itself off, and now I have to wait for it while we're watching Elizabeth. But while we're doing that, I can change out my tape because I can do that. How do you like my little unicorn, Mary? It's a unicorn. Yeah, this is something I got at Dollar Tree. It's called processing or process manufacturing when doing batches with steps. Yeah, but she's wanting to know what each of the steps is called, right?
Yeah. Well,
so that was from Pat. Thank you, Pat.
Maybe it is just assembly line, but I feel
assembly
like
line that would.
I feel like when you're in,
else.
So you set everything up as an assembly line.
Yeah.
But you do the steps. You know, I don't know. Maybe my brain is just taking hiatus. Maybe it is just an assembly line, and I want extra words. I've been reading.
Words are hard.
I've been reading books with big words, and I just feel like I need a bigger word for what I'm thinking, and it's not coming. So it is that.
I like this. So Mary says mass production, which we already said that one. Abraham says conga line.
Right?
Don't make me dance. I have to wait 60 seconds without shifting this thing.
Okay. So this one was done different. So we used a black ink pad to get the black markers here, and then we colored it in with the pens. This one we drew with the pens, and this one we took a red rubber stamp, colored it with the pens, and then sprayed it with water to get this. To get a watercolory look. Oh, fabulous. That's just pretty. Soft and gentle. And here's the
That's going to be great that's a great Christmas ornament.
Here's the differences I want to point out. This is one layer of quickly painted paint. One layer. This is 2 layers of quickly painted paint. 2 layers versus 1 layer. So we get this tone of, it's toned down because the wood is still shining through a little bit. This is just paint. Like it's not letting the wood shine through at all. And then our heart that we tossed over there is thick again with the paint. We have a dark blue paint, and then we have white. And I did put thicker white on there. So
okay, mine shifted. Mine shifted. Oh, no. Even though I held it straight and I put down extra tape, I didn't put enough tape because look what happened. So this is one that I'm going to try to bake all of it out of it again and try to save it. But yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Do you guys still want to win this one? Y'all want to win this?
So here's my thing. You guys saw my tape goes around, and
I didn't go around.
I didn't. You need to have the tape come up and really grab the papers so that they can't move.
Yep, I do have more though, so I can color another one.
So I'm gonna
So
go
that's
ahead
one of the
and
good things,
trim
yeah.
our heart, because we're gonna work on our heart again. We're gonna do the back side.
Now I know how to salvage the substrates I have messed up. Well, that's the thing. It does some. Yeah, Norma, you voted for the tag. Yeah. So this one is one that it was dark and vibrant like purples. It was the one from last year where it was all New Orleans. And that's where I put a plastic sleeve that is made for it. But for some reason, it wound up, that wound up breaking, and I don't know what happened in the oven. So anyway, so yeah, so this is one that I put back into the oven multiple times, and just this is as light as I could get it. But if I do a dark thing over the top, it should look good. Like if I do purples or something like that, but dark one. Norma says that she likes it. She likes the mug with that muted look.
Right.
It's also where maybe I could probably put vinyl over the top and probably be cool, like with a sentiment or a word or something. That would probably be cool. But pressing anything else on it, I don't know how it's going to work. ECR is looking for a definition of the word. The word ECR is looking for in the definition I copy and pasted. I don't remember what it was. So I don't know. I'm going to go with... Wow, this is already warm too. This is the one I just put down, and that's because this mat is so warm. I need to move that out of the way now. And so I've got another strong and I've got another brave, and it's a different flower. I think I'm going to just do brave, and I'm going to try to draw my lines where I actually need them. Right down the middle. So I can make sure I get it centered.
I don't know. My brain is just overworked over here. And so, Ruth, it is step by step through a sequence of workstations. And
what we're looking for is the word for whatever each individual workstation is doing.
But I guess maybe, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Norma.
Maybe there isn't a word, and I just want there to be a word. You guys, I don't know, but that's okay. But because we're gonna work on our hearts, we're gonna give it a paint job because we got some blue. And before I do that, I'm gonna sand that blue off just a little. I'm just using a nail file from the $1.25 store. And watch, next time I do a live and I mention it, I'll be like, oh my God.
Honey, that happens to me all the time. I will be in the middle of a sentence and can't remember a word, and then 5 minutes later it's like, oh yeah, that was it.
Something's going on.
I think what it is we're getting to be too smart, and our brains don't have enough room for all of our knowledge.
Okay, and then I want to paint the back. What do we want to paint? Do we want to just do all blue on the back? Or do we want to do, I think we'll do blue on the back. Okay, this is how you do your base coat, you guys. Your cheap paintbrush with some nice thick bristles, and I'm going to swirl and smoosh that paint into the wooden crevices. Okay, because I want a nice good coat. Okay, I would do this if this was white paint. I would do this, and I'm going to be a little bit careful around the entrance there so I don't get paint on the inside. And I'm just scrubbing it around. I'm not pushing terribly hard because I don't really want to ruin the paintbrush, but we're going to do little swirly motions. And you can do this while it's sitting down on the table, but I prefer to hold. I don't mind if I get paint all over the place. Let's put it that way. I don't mind being dirty in the craft room. Put a little bit more pink down.
I'm sorry. When you said that, it's like, okay, I'm glad you said in the craft room. I love you,
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, no, that's all right. Oh my gosh. My smut mind lately. Okay, so the books I've been reading are smutty. Some of them are just downright smutty and whatever. But I saw somebody post something, and the comment was a sincere little comment, and I'm like, oh my god, my mind just went full on go. I'm just giggling, looking at this card, going, we could take that a few ways. But
So
yeah.
Elizabeth has reverted into a 12-year-old boy.
Something, let me tell you, it's the premenopause. They say that some people, it changes, like you're meant, and like my husband tells his people, I have to beat her off with the stick. Thanks, dude. Why are you telling people this? It's bad enough.
Because it's fun.
It's fun. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Do I want to do? I think I'm going to do orange from the outside. No,
But yeah.
different orange from the inside.
So yeah, when I said that, and I'm like, in the craft room, because we got to specify, because we don't know how many of our subbies, they might be smutty too. I mean, they follow me. They must.
Yes, but we are family friendly here, guys. If you are not worried about the family, if you're not looking for the family friendly part, then you can follow us on Twitch, because who knows who is going to be in the streams with us. And people over there, they say what they want to.
Incrementally, gradually, sequentially, methodically.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, cinnamons for step by step. Yeah, so apparently I'm just making up words in my head because
none of those
booty,
match.
Booty, booty, rocking everywhere. Heck yeah.
Hey, Nerdy. Yeah, Nerdy's one of what? Yeah. Give Ronan a hug for me. It sounds like the Todd is back, because I hear him out, and I heard something. Somebody came in the door. I'm assuming it was my husband. Well, it meowed, so it must have been. Oh, Nerdy says I am one of the heathens. We love you, Nerdy.
Yeah.
By the way, Nerdy also streams. She does gaming over on the Twitchverse. That is going to be so cool if it works. I mean, you know, that is going to be so cool.
And
if it doesn't, you could always just cut the circle, the heart out of the center, and go with it, right? Nerdy says, "Shh, quit telling people that." What? That you stream? Mary, see if you can give Nerdy a shout out for me, honey. Okay, we're going to try this again and see if it works. Okay. So first I want to make sure I have my pencil mark out far enough so I'll be able to see it. I did not trace it this time. I just did the marks, the cross marks. And hopefully it will not shift this time. Make sure this part's up.
I can.
Wait.
I brought you trail treasure.
He brought me trail treasure.
Oh my goodness.
That's the second day this week that he's brought tools in off of the road. Okay, I'm going to clean this one well. This is another thing you should probably do with your blanks, but since mine were in their packaging, I didn't even think about it. I got too many things out on my drawers. So I've got a little bottle of alcohol. Oh no, Ronan's here too. Yes. So I've got an bottle of alcohol. I'm just going to spray over the top and clean the surface.
Speaking of cleaning the surface, I just got
free tools, I know.
All over. But you know what? I'm not worried about it, you guys, because it'll wipe off. It's acrylic paint.
Dawn says, oh my gosh, Todd, that was actually a big one. And that means that he brought that in while riding his bicycle. I mean, I couldn't carry that on my bike. It's not that it's too heavy, but I need to hold onto the steering, right? I need to hold onto the handlebars. Okay, we're going to put this down.
He needs a treasures backpack so that when he finds treasures, he can just put it in his backpack.
Yeah, that would slow him down. He's not going to do that. He has, there have been times when he's removed something from his bike because it weighed like 0.2 ounces or something, because every little bit slows him down a little bit. Okay, we're going to do what Elizabeth said. I'm actually going to fold it over to try to tape it. And I'm trying not to shift anything. You need to sublimate him a bike pouch. He won't use it. I have bought him stuff for bike stuff. I have bought him water bottles for when he was running. I bought him a little carrier, kind of like a fanny pack kind of thing for carrying water bottles, and he never ever used it. So I finally sold it. Okay, looking through it, it looks like it is lined up pretty well. I'm going to shift it just a little bit. This is the time when you do this stuff. Now that, since that last one screwed up so much, I'm checking all the things now. Okay.
Oh, and some of those substrates have film you remove before. Oh, yeah, some substrates have a film you got to take off.
Yeah, absolutely. So always check to see what your manufacturer's instructions are. I've used these enough. Don't turn off. I've used Artesprix ones enough that I know that it does not have that extra on there. So we're good. But I have used in other companies before and sublimated onto the plastic film, and it doesn't really work.
Glitter, glitter, glitter.
So this is going to be so interesting if what Elizabeth's doing works. It really is. I can't wait to see. Okay, so I'm going to do another piece. I'm doing 2 more pieces of tape.
Where's my glitter? I never put it away.
Elizabeth can't find her glitter. What? Elizabeth's been having trouble finding anything tonight.
It's only because I didn't put it away. It's right here. It's right here. It's all right here. Look at
how often can I not find things?
I know, right?
Okay, and look at all that glitter that she couldn't find.
I know, right? I think we're going to do blue and silver and a unicorn. Blue, silver, and a unicorn. I don't know, you guys. It may not work. But
so I'm folding this like I do for my taco. We've got our pressing mat. I'm going to move the screwed up blank out the way. Does anybody want that one? Probably not. Okay. Again, lower bun, hamburger, cheese, top bun. And then we're going to press it. And there. And I'm just going to sit here and hopefully not do. Last time I also stood up to make sure I did the pressing. That might have been an issue. Maybe I slid it and didn't realize I slid it because I was standing. I don't know. But every once in a while you do waste a blank, which is one reason what Elizabeth's doing for practice is, I mean, hers are turning out fabulous, so it doesn't really seem like practice, but it kind of is. And you don't waste any of it, right? It's like if you mess up something, it's no big deal because it didn't cost much to begin with.
Right.
Abraham says, it's Taco Tuesday, so it's very fitting. Still got about 25 seconds. A little more than that.
Oh, that one's just not big enough. Oh.
I mean, it's gonna look gorgeous, but my thing is I don't know if the sequins are gonna melt underneath that heat. That's right? The only thing we're not sure about.
Yeah, it's trial and error, and hopefully our trial doesn't err. Hopefully our trial.
Oh, you mean like the one that I did? Yeah.
Yeah, like use okay. And what's really funny about
this looks better is that I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
And we told you to not be afraid of the tape, and then you don't go all the way around to cover yours up.
Well, I've never needed to go all the way around with all the projects that I've done. Okay, it looks, because it's also going to be harder for me to do a peak test because it's all the way around.
Right.
Yeah.
You just lift the side. That's all I did. Lift the side.
Well, I put
That
a
is
lot of
still
tape
good.
on. Yeah.
This
And
is-
it's hot. This is metal, so it's hotter.
Yeah. Don't burn yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I need a bigger
So I
chunk.
lifted one corner and then, okay, I'm going to zoom in because I can already see black. So it looks like it transferred, but I have no idea. I don't think it shifted, so we should be good. So. Look it.
I see.
Okay, so I can rip this off. Here's something else. I have gloves for this. I'm not using them. Look at that.
Oh, look at how pretty that turned out.
That is lovely. Let me get that last bit of tape off. And since we did it that way, I could possibly do the back too. I don't know that I'm gonna. But I could, as long as you do that wrapping technique to make sure that none of that ink escapes. Okay. I don't know if this is magnetic metal or not, because I'm looking for my magnets. I could see. Nope, it doesn't pick up. That is so pretty.
Yeah, that turned out really nice.
Yeah.
And Abraham says, every once in a while, question mark, ha, how about most when we first start and are learning, right?
Every once in a while for what? Because I don't remember what I said.
Mess up. Mess ups. But when we're learning, you have to take that in consideration. Like, if you don't mess up, you can't learn from it. And I feel like sometimes the mess ups remind you because you think back. Like, I made my first mug and I forgot to put it in reverse. The words were not in reverse. And I was like, so
I can't tell you how many times I have forgotten to mirror something and had to start over. And what's worse is it's usually right in the middle of a video I'm making. That is when I do it the worst.
Did Anna Moret, what did she do? Anna Moret.
What did she do?
Oh my goodness. Anna, that girl spoils me.
Go buy yourself a little. Oh, did she give you money again?
She did. She gave me money.
Aw, that's so sweet, honey.
It says you did it twice. Do you need me to send it back?
She may have just given you 2 tips.
Yeah, double check. Make sure that was because I don't want you going broke because of me, lady. Because I've got 2.
Yeah, you can go broke because of me.
No.
I'm joking. But look at that. Look at that.
Aren't they beautimous?
I love them both. I do not want to give them away. I have to give something to my mother. I could give her both of them. She does like butterflies.
I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know. Oh, you guys.
She said no about something. She said no.
So it was not a mistake.
I mean, I gave you money last week to go buy a cup of coffee too. Which,
I know.
speaking of, I
and
probably
it
need
was
more.
tasty, by the way. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye, Miss Nancy. Thank you so much for hanging with us, honey.
Yes, thank you.
And don't be afraid of, this is the thing, don't be afraid of this. I screwed up. Yes, Ruth has got a point. Ruth says, let me bring both of us back up. Ruth says, give her both. Then you can use the coaster when you visit. Yes, I could give both of these to my mother-in-law. She could hang this and stuff in there. She could probably hang this in a window. That's pretty. And it's not as hot as it was. So where are now I'm looking for the ribbons. Because it comes with ribbons. Is that the one? No, that's not the right one. I had the packaging. Elizabeth, did you steal my packaging?
No, but you guys.
I kind of want to make another coaster. Okay, it is 7:30. We have to stop. That's the problem. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. The glitter's in there, the horse is in there. If you do the glittery thing, because it's adhesive. So
it's stuck. Oh, you should have done double-sided there.
Right. I should have put like a little heart blockade right here, another piece of plastic so that it wouldn't, but it looks like it might be. So there's steps we can probably take to make that work. But yeah.
But it's still pretty because it's got the glitter in there.
Yeah, you can't see it from the front side though. It looks like a hot mess on the front side. Because there's that little dot. So I will cut that out. I will cut that out because now I don't like it. But it is what it is. But
and it was an experiment and you got to learn, right?
Right. So if you're using this method,
so pretty.
Just put a little piece of acetate or something in there, just like a real shaker card. And you're going to want it on both sides, because you will reactivate the glue on the first part. Because I think it's partly glued there too.
Okay, I just had somebody saying that I had to do the okay, I just read what Ruth posted. Says, you missed my comment but wanted to make sure you read it. So she personal messaged me on Discord saying, Debbie, add smoke puff under him. Not sure what she's talking about, but that's okay. Someone did remind me, though, that we haven't done Stream Showcase yet. So we had to do Stream Showcase. Yeah, kind of sort of have to do that, don't we?
Stream and show.
So while Elizabeth's
my card yesterday,
well,
Sunday,
you can still do that later. It's okay. You can still show it in our Stream Showcase. So I'm going to scroll up a little bit, and then we're going to show all the things. What was last... I don't remember what the date was. Last Tuesday was the 29th. So anything that was posted after the 29th. Under a jumping crayon. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I could, actually. I could do like a little, I could die cut out like a little cloud or something. And it, yeah, it could be jumping up off the ground. Okay. So the first one is on May the 1st. Let's go ahead and add this up. That doesn't look like it's the right one. So let me grab another screen share thing. Entire screen. We're going to do that side and we're going to see how it looks. So this one is Miss Linda Gorman. Look at the puppy. Isn't that cute? She's got some metallic paper in there. So pretty. Oh, you meant it. Ruth meant it more along the lines of a fart instead of a cloud puff. I'm thinking of he's jumping, and that's why you're doing the thing. Yeah, okay. She's so bad. And Ryan hasn't been in here today to do his farting gnome yet. Okay. And then we've got Linda's craft roulette card. Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I'm busy cutting, you guys. I'm trying to.
That's okay. That's one reason we're doing this now. Oh no! Raid! Hey, we were just talking about Country Guy not having done the farting gnome on the screen. So what does he do? He raids us. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Hey, Texas. So we're doing a stream showcase real quick, and then we'll show again what we made, because I made these, and Elizabeth's working on hers. These are so pretty. I love it. Okay, so Ruth did a little stitching, and it looks like stitching and stamping maybe. The Scrabble looks like it may be stamping, and she's got some beads, and this is on a little canvas bag, so that's cute. And here is the stitching she did. So she did a little embroidery. Thumb! Hey, Thumb! Thank you for the follow, Thumb. Okay, and then here's another one by Miss Ruth. Didn't make it for Craft Roulette in the end. It met the parameters. Gift card. This card can be a gift. Train, red, yellow, orange, white, science, biology. So For you guys that don't know what Craft Roulette, it is a game show that happens every Tuesday night, and all of us can make cards using the parameters they decide on in there. So that's what she's talking about here. So this is a purse card. It looks like a little purse. Little red shoes, and it's for someone's 50th birthday. Throw sass around like confetti. That is cute. To a very special daughter. Fabulous. And then this is one that I saw that Idolite did, and I showed it on Sunday. I actually downloaded it and turned it so that we can see it. So this one is, the force is strong with this one. Great you are. So it's got a couple of moose. Moose that are dressed up as Yoda and Darth Vader. I think that is so fun.
Isn't that adorable?
That is so fun because we did a May the 4th be with you on Sunday. Okay, then we've got Adelaide. She says these are her makes from last week. I forgot what this kind of card is called, but I do need to make one. It's a fun fold, so it kind of does this little pop-up thing. And that is cute with her little monsters. And then this one with a kitty with a crown. It is just a little bit crazy. That's a crazy cat. I was inspired by Terry Cooper and Ruth Miser fighting. And Jenny says that these projects are awesome. And then here we go. This is going to be 3, 6, 9, 12. So I think this one is, I'm not sure. Is this one Crafty Owl or is this Kendra? Because most of them look like these. I think this might be Crafty Owl's sheet load of cards, because the sketch looks very similar for all of the cards. Kendra's all look different. Now this is super cute. Look at that little kitty lantern thing. Isn't that awesome? So I think she did this one with her cricket, and he's just so cute. I love kitties. Right, Ryan? Okay, and then here's some that Ilka made. Thank you for putting some in. So it looks like this looks like a shaker card, and is this alcohol ink on vellum? We have a kitty going across the screen. I need to know what you did there because I can see the shaker bits inside. And that looks really cool. So it looks like it might be alcohol ink on vellum. And that is lovely.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, look at this one. It's got all these little hearts in there for the little otters. Okay, see you later. Well, Ryan, you didn't even see my face. So here's my face. He says, love your face. Love you too, honey. I'll try to play with you a little later this week, depending on how much time I got. You know how it goes. But see you later, hon. Okay, so we've got little otters. I think they're so cute. And this was a little sailboat. And look at that. She's got little messages in the bottle. She has to answer the question. I don't know if I've seen her. Is she in the chat? Ilka, are you in the chat? Those are so fun. It doesn't say. It just says that she made them this weekend. Okay, so Kamado. Kristen made May the 4th. And it looks like it's possibly it looks kind of like a bookbinding, but I don't see the fold, so I don't think it is. But this one's Darth Vader. Make today a good day. That is cool.
She should have did that on Revenge of the 5th. I'm just saying.
But I think I clicked the wrong button. I closed my Discord by mistake. That wasn't what I meant to do. I meant to hit this X, not the other X. Okay, and next we've got Miss Linda Gorman. And here's some sketch cards. These are cute. Look at she did.
Those are adorable.
Pattern paper with, I don't know if that's washi tape in between or if it's strips, but that looks really cool. I like that look. And she did a bunch of them. This one I recognize the papers as being from Biddy Penny.
Biddy Penny. Oh yeah.
I still need to play with her stuff. What I want to do is the bees. I really want to play with the bees. And I have not printed them out yet. It's just where I have not made the time to get it done.
Well, get on it, girl. No.
I know. Get on it. Get on it. Yeah. Anyhow. And then we've got this one, my 195th. Oh, good Lord, woman. Linda is good. I've got like 11 submissions to Craft Roulette. And so this one is a gift card a gift for you because you're awesome. And she did an easel card for that with the bees. Look at that. So pretty.
That's nice.
Dawn says, I want to play with the bees too. Yep.
I don't think I've seen the bees one. Is it
Oh,
new?
it's gnomes and bees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want
probably
to play with that.
skipped right over that.
And this one is Miss Kelly again. Congrats on finding a special person to annoy for the rest of your life. So forever and always and all that other garbage. Is this rabbit hole? I gotta know. I'm thinking I don't recognize the images, but that sentiment sounds like a rabbit hole designs thing. Oh, that is funny. Okay, a girl should be two things: classy and fabulous. Coco Chanel. A woman's perfume with the scent of a woman. What? Gabrielle Chanel. So we want to smell like a woman. Okay. Dawn says, I've got ink on the way. So which ink? Are you talking about the Artesprix stuff, honey? Because if you are talking about that, and when you get it in, let me know. And you know what? We will go live and play. I would love to have you on when you play with that the first time. Hey, Jade. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, honey. Thank you. Thank you. This is really cute. Look at that shaker. Blue and
Tailored
gold.
expressions.
Oh, tailored expressions. Okay. Sending a little piece of paradise. Sending a little piece of paradise with a pretty little mermaid. So cute.
Snail mail by Christy.
And we know this one's Hero Arts. Oh no, so you can print the bees. She's not willing to dive into the sublimation pool yet.
Oh.
But these guys that are in this card are definitely willing to jump into the ocean or into the lake. So yeah, this is cool. Just jump in. I think I might have this one too. I don't remember which one it was. Talking to you is sometimes all the therapy I need. Yeah, that's kind of why, poor Elizabeth has to deal with me like that.
It's all right, though.
Oh, these are Concord and these are Colorado Craft. I recognize this one too with the big flowers. You are so loved, and she made that into a shaker. So that's cool. You've been making a bunch of shakers.
Shakers
and
are
it's
fun.
Happy Toast Day. You don't have equipment for that yet. I'm talking, okay. Sublimation pool, honey. Sublimation pool with the markers. I know you can draw. You would make some fabulous things with sublimation, right? Here's a unicorn.
Aw, nice.
Yeah, sparkly horn and mane and tail. Too cute. Shine brightly with the little puppy. And the coffee. Yeah, these are all so cool. You are my favorite human being. Okay, more. Frightful. May your day be frightful yet delightful for Halloween. And live so deep, life takes your breath away. A mermaid's got to do what a mermaid's got to do. You'll try it with your Cricut markers. Perfect. I believe the Cricut markers should be sublimation markers, so they should still work too. Write your wishes in the sand and trust them with a mermaid. And then we have this one. I like this. I'd go to the ends of the earth for you. And we've got a spaceship. You see that, Elizabeth?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
like it.
Fabulous. Hot dog.
You're so cool with ice cream. And I love the Halloween ones. I really do. This is cool. Never apologize for who you are. She's so goth with the purple hair. And it's have an awesome pizza combination. That is cool. Yeah, she makes so many cards. Goodness. And then Anne made this one today. I don't remember what it says, but I like the design. I just don't know the sentiment because it's not English.
Maybe congratulations.
Yeah, it's probably that or thank you. I'm kind of thinking thank you because it looks like grateful-ish.
Okay.
And some languages are similar to English in that. Here's another purse card that Ms. Ruth made.
Where's Discord? There's Discord.
Okay, so that is all of them. And it looks like Miss Elizabeth's wanting to post something because she's wanting to know where the Discord is.
No, I was going to go circle the picture and see where it's at.
Okay.
or see what her thing was. She will.
Oh, well, Adelaide says it's gratulation. So it's like congratulations. So that makes sense. Yay.
Got you. Because
Okay.
yeah, I would have figured it out because I have the circly thing on the thingamabobbin.
It just means taking the time to do the things. So anyway, Elizabeth, how many projects did you get done tonight?
Well, done. Well,
Ish. 3, yes. Okay, I'm bringing you up to show them off.
Okay, well, you gotta wait just a second because I got some cork.
Okay, I will do mine then. So she's cutting out the cork to match the back so she can adhere it on. Okay, so we've got 2 little butterflies. These are straight out of the coloring book. This one is a cool coaster, and I like the idea of sending these to my mother-in-law and using it when I go. I love this. These are so pretty. And then this little ornament that says brave. So she's going to be strong and brave. So that's 2 of the different ones on that one page. This is just one of the 10 pages.
That's really cool.
In the book. Yeah. I think there are 4 more on that page. So yeah. Terry Cooper says, I still want your alien, Elizabeth.
I know, Miss Terry Cooper. I know. But it's going to have to go in a bubble mailer. Would you help with shipping? Let me know. Would you help with shipping? And I will let you know how much shipping is, because it's going to have to go in a bubble mailer. And then we got to put a card in there because we can't just send this. But there it is.
True.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's got its cork.
No, you need to keep that coaster and have it on your desk as a reminder of things you can do with this. If we give these away, we will forget that we have got the Artesprix products.
Oh no,
and we'll forget
so
to do it.
So many things. But you guys, look at the things. Look at the things.
Yeah, those are cute ornaments. I love it. Okay, I'm bringing you up big so that they can see them close up.
Okay.
Yes.
So I used the markers in different ways. One, I hand drew very simple, very, very sketchy leopardy print. I used a little bit of black, brown, and orange. So those
very artsy. Love it.
Very artsy and very squiggly. Like anybody can do this. You just use and just make squiggles. Then this one we stamped with the Artesprix black ink, and then we colored all of them in with the markers.
And if you weren't here to see what we're talking about, she did this on paper. She did not do this on the blanks themselves. She did it on just copy paper. Nothing special. Copy paper.
And don't do the words, your stamped words, because they'll be backwards. So it's all backwards. See, we stamped, we colored, and then we flipped.
Exactly.
So it's all in reverse. Okay.
Everything is mirrored. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then, the colors, they don't say, like, that looks like a lot of browns until you heat it, and then you see the colors come through. So do a test run, swatch all. I'm not a swatcher, but you do want to swatch your markers so you know. Now, this one is also markers, but what I did is I had a red rubber stamp, and I put the ink on the red rubber stamp, gave it a mist of water, and stamped. So we have...
That is gorgeous. I didn't notice until just now that you can see all of the detail on there, too, when you look close. And that's probably because you did the water, so you washed a little bit of the ink away from those raised pieces. Yes. That is gorgeous. Or those depressed pieces. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. That is gorgeous.
It's my leopard cheetah print. That's right.
Absolutely. Yay.
But yeah, so this was just using the markers and my little heat guy. Just my little heat guy. And then Dollar Tree parchment paper, you guys. Dollar Tree parchment. That's what I used. This is what I needed to get done. And copy paper, right? You needed copy paper. Mm-hmm. And then this one's from the Dollar Tree. This one's from the Dollar Tree. And then this one was a pack from Amazon. Like, I got coaster size little trivety things in a big pack. So I've got quite a few of these lists.
Mm-hmm. So when you're wanting to learn and practice, this is a perfect way to do it.
And you guys, these thin ones, you can put a little double stick tape on them and stick them to your cards. I have made lots of cards with wooden shapes on them. Even if they have a hole, we just either ignore the hole, put a tassel on. You can tell people you can take it off the card and hang it up, put a magnet on it, put a magnet on it, put a little removable adhesive on there and stick it on there.
I just had an idea. Yeah. You could put a little ribbon because of the hole. You could do that so they could use it as an ornament, but then use what I showed you guys earlier, the sheets that I use for my magnets for holding all of my dies. It's a magnet with adhesive already on there. So you could cut it out and put that on the back and be nice and flat and then put it on there and you've got it. That would be a great fridge magnet for them. And she's got a point there too, because you can write on these, like on the laminate ones with a marker, and hopefully they'll get it in time to be able to erase it if they want to.
Dry erase markers. I mean, you can take off the alcohol markers, but you got to use
with some alcohol. Yeah.
But yeah, so the possibilities, like we could put another laminate sheet on this, and this could just be like this, where you have messages on the back. Like, get a grip.
Yeah.
It's awesome sauce.
Yeah. So Abraham said something about put an eye patch on and you won't see it. So I don't know what it is he's wanting us not to see. I'm lost. I'm lost.
What did I do?
I don't know. Anyway, it is almost dinner time for me, so we are going to go. Dawn so far has not told me she's starting to stream again on Tuesday nights, so us going extra long isn't bothering her too much, I don't think. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and stop now, I think. Anything else you want to say? Like, what else do you have going on this week? And then I can share what's going on the rest of the week for me too. I'm going to bring you back up.
So let me go to my face view because I need to talk to you people. No. So this Tuesday. Oh yeah, not that button. Let's try this button and this button with that button. No, that button. Maybe. There's a button. Look it. Hi.
I'm not the only one who forgets the buttons.
There's so many buttons.
Yay.
The buttons. So today is Tuesday. So Wednesday is 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is the first of the month. So it is our wheels of brands and materials. I now have 2 wheels, so that'll be a little bit different. And then Thursday is affiliate push Thursday at 3. Friday, Twitch day, I'll be painting. I got an owl that I'm painting. And then Saturday on YouTube's is 2 crafty girls. My friend Deborah, not Debbie J, but Deborah, and I will
the other one. Yeah, the
stuff.
other one.
There's Debbie J, and then there's Deborah. But yeah, so I'll be live all week, because I was live yesterday. I was live Sunday, you guys, all week. I'll be here hanging out with you guys. And yeah, I have fun. So you come hang out with me on my channel if you want. You don't have to.
Well, a lot of these folks are hanging out on your channel right now too. So we've got people on both sides. That's awesome.
I don't even know. You guys are special. So special.
We love you. Okay. Okay, so for the rest of the week, for us here on Debbie J's Crafting Corner, Thursday is a Twitch live at noon. So we're going to be going live at noon. And then Saturday is the 10th of the month. So on the 10th of the month, we show the new collections from Spellbinders. So I know I've got 5 collections in my stash over here. I have no idea what I'm going to make with them yet. And you guys get to help me figure that out. Hopefully between now and then, I will have had time to make something else. So I'll be able to show you a little bit. But those come out on and there's some, you're going to love Mindy Egan's. If you haven't already looked, go onto the Spellbinders website under coming soon. And it should be already on there, the new collections. But does anybody like cars? I do like cars. I do like cars. So there's some cars things that Mindy Egan has done a fabulous job with. So you got to check out her new collection. And that's going to be coming out on Saturday. So that's at noon. And then at 3 p.m. on Saturday, we're having a craft along workshop where we're going to be playing with the Better Press, and hot foil. So we're going to be hot foiling with our better press plates. You can still sign up for the workshop if you'd like. Go to edu.debbiejscraftingcorner.com and you can sign up there. And it's just $20 for the workshop, and you get, I think it's like 60 days access, something like that. So we will be doing that live on Zoom. If you can't make it to the workshop, no worries. There is a replay. I always make sure to get that last editing done as quickly as possible after the workshop. So that should be up by sometime on Sunday, if not earlier. And that is it at the moment. And then we're back to hopefully our regularly scheduled stuff the following week, except that there is a summit that starts on the 16th. So if you don't already have your ticket to the the Stress-Free Card Making Summit, you can get that. I believe there is a link to it on my... I don't even remember if I've updated all the links. I do know that it's been in the emails, and I will right after this make sure to check my my link bio, so you can go onto the link bio and get your ticket if you haven't done it. Where's the little snail? Well, you know what? Mary hasn't pushed that button. Maybe I need to go and find him. We need to find the snail. And I'm having to type in the type in the word to find that one because I didn't have it up. Streamer bot. Okay, we're gonna do that. I have not added a button to my deck yet. Don't even say it, Todd. Anyway, I knew you were gonna think that. Okay, I'm waiting for this to log in. It'll give me a second because we're gonna have the snail. You just typed snail and he popped up. What? I didn't see him. Did he go across and I wasn't paying attention?
Foam is life.
Okay, so Ruth wants two of them. She wants the snail. So she wants a little snail mail guy, a little mailman coming across, telling her, bringing us some happy mail, right? And she wants to know that we did not use it today because we were doing these kind of projects, and you're not going to add foam to those, even though foam is life. Okay, so anyway... I know what she was talking about. So Christina typed in snail, and she had the little snails show up on the chat and then go across the screen. So that was fine. But the one that you guys were talking about was this little guy that I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. He is so cute. And he's actually on a light up. I think it was a light up card. He's actually on a card. So that was one that I actually made from dies and everything. I believe that is the one that is coming up in the Scrapbooking Fun Summit that's coming up in June. So we do have a couple more. I do have summits coming up. Anyway, next one starts next Friday. And that's going to be on the 16th. And then on the 16th, I've also got a live stream that I'm doing as part of that. I think the time is at 4, but if you're not already on my email list, get on there because I will be sending out email notifications for all of the things.
All the things.
Okay. Long-winded. I need a drink of water because I've been talking too much.
Long-winded?
No, not me.
Never. Oh, my goodness.
Christina loves the snail.
Who's saying these things? Oh, my goodness. Girl, we love you.
I love that little snail. I'm so glad. Thank you. Elizabeth says she loves me.
I said me. I'm not the only one.
Oh, okay. Okay. I will see you guys on Thursday. I will probably be popping into Elizabeth's live stream chat and say hello. As late in the day as she does, I usually am only able to pop in and say hi, and I don't hear anything that's happening. So hopefully she's not talking about me. Because I've got it on mute because we're watching a show because it's dinner time, which it's dinner time right now. So
You'll never know. Yeah, my dinner's been done for a few hours. My dinner, they're like, hey, your dinner's done. I'm like, I'm live. Go away. I'll eat later.
Okay. Ooh, that sounds good. Anyway, Christina says, I love both of you. Thank you so much, guys. We really love you guys and appreciate it every single time you pop in here and help support us. You are the reason that we do what we do. We hope that we're giving a little bit of inspiration, and we hope that you will get out your products and give this a try. Okay? There are links in my videos to all of the Artesprix products. So you can have access to those, and if you do make anything, be sure to tag me Debbie J's
I need to
Crafting
make a
Corner.
shirt with this pattern on it. I'm just saying, that's a heck of cute.
You could do that. You could do some. All you need is polyester. You can do it. Oh, yeah, do it in hearts. Yeah, you need to do that. I'm thinking trace that, scan it into your computer. No, trace the heart shape, scan it into your computer, print out a bunch of them, and then color all of them with the markers so that they're in the right
cut a
shape.
bunch of hearts.
Oh, yeah, you could die cut a bunch of hearts.
I tried to stop it. It's like, nope, it's coming.
I wasn't sure what the look on your face was. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful night. And we will we will catch you next time. Love you. Bye.
Bye. My nose. Oh my gosh. No.